Good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome back to GKP Live. I hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's had a good week. This week it did catch me out with the sound in the background. Usual thing, guys. We will be right back with you after our. Oh, somebody's playing it. Somebody's got the volume playing in the background.
Not me.
Not me.
Oh, does. Yeah.
Telly?
Somebody definitely has. There's always one. Usual thing, guys. Like I said, we'll be right back after this. At the back. Yeah, she is. This would have, if I were going to pick this show. There you go, guys. I would have picked that one. Still got a lot more up to come. Nice patterning, nice separation. Look at that. Beautiful fish. And again, check this out, guys. This is something else. That is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Yeah. Nice wild common carp coming up for a piece of bread. Perfect. Let's have a look at his koi facility again and look at this full cherry blossom. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to get from the other side so we've got the sun behind us so that you can see this bit. This is absolutely stunning. Yeah, there is. Yeah, it is. Without further ado, I'll get us inside, have a look around, and let you see what you think. Catches in in this whole complex. The fish is stunning. Absolutely beautiful. One bat after another. Really nice, exactly there. There we go.
There we go.
Like an idiot. I got another one on bottom bar playing in background again. I really should get me out together, sure. Never mind. Right, well, how you doing, guys? Everybody good? Everybody had a good week up to press?
Yeah, all good.
Yep.
Yeah, not too bad.
We're doing well until today.
Yeah. I got halfway through the video, mate, and then I started trying to get a bun down my neck, and then everybody started coming into the studio, so I had to stop playing it because we were playing in background. So I am halfway through, mate. I will catch up with the rest of it. It seems.
Yeah, I just started it and then stopped.
Yeah. The ball valve's been a.
Yeah. Just a little bit of a bastard.
A little bit, yeah. It don't look that old, though. Is it relatively new?
No, that's a second-hand. That was a second-hand Easy Pod.
Oh, right. No, I meant the valve. Like,
The ball valve.
No.
Oh no, you'll probably find it was the original ball valve. And I went to open it, and it just went snap, and just spun round and round. So I've probably got some grit or something in there, and it stopped it from fucking turning, and it's just sheared the fucking bar that the handle sits on. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just cut the ball valve off, rubber boat, slide valve, job fucking done. On to the next.
Yeah. Well, I did try sending you some ball valves, but obviously they weren't the right ones. But you've made use of them.
They're there just in case I do need them. But yeah, because it's one of those where it's got the ball valve, it's got the bolt, the union on the end, but it's on a bolt that goes into the easy pod, so it's not a double union. So I got to cut it this side, rubber boot it, and then a slide valve on.
Yeah.
Phone call to Skegster tomorrow.
But the worst thing is at the furthest point, right over in the back corner.
Yeah.
Just where you can't really get to easily.
Yeah, my wrists aren't liking it at the moment.
Pain in the ass, mate, isn't it? If anything goes wrong, if I've noticed anything about fish keeping, if anything goes wrong, it's always in a bastard place. It's never somewhere easily accessible. You get a leak, it's always something at the back where you've got to take everything out. It's a pain in the ass. Same with your tropical fish tanks. If anything goes wrong, it's always something where you can't physically move your tank because it's way of water in it. And you can't get to the back because it's at the back of the tank. It's always safe. It's a pain in the ass. Well, how are you then, DT? You all right, bud?
Yeah, not too bad. Just had a bit of flu and whatever, but you know, trying to carry on. But I woke up yesterday ready for work, got out of bed and fucking felt dizzy. And I'm like, I ain't going to work feeling like this, trying to operate cranes and other things. I'm like, no, just get back in bed.
Just mate, isn't it?
It is.
It's not good. There's a lot of people going around with it lately. Everybody seems to be coming down with something, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want what I have ever again either. And big, massive thank you to everybody that sent me a message saying, get well soon, hope you're feeling better, blah, 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 all the rest of it. Really was appreciated. I was feeling absolutely dreadful. Not 100% back at work, but better than what I was. Still getting a little bit.
You look terrible.
Oh, mate, I felt it. Absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. I don't want it again, that is for sure. But as we said and as I spoke about last week, what only thing I've really got left to do now is wait a couple more weeks, 7 or 8 weeks, and then I'm going to go in for the, as ANC put it last week, love the glove job. And gotta get that test that way. And as long as that comes back good. So it's going to be a bit stressful up until that point, but it is what it is. We've got to deal with it and move forward however we need to.
Yeah, you'll get to.
Well, yeah, it'll be good. Well, it will be good. I'm going to... I hope I don't come out like my dog did yesterday. We took him to vets. Took him to vets yesterday because he needed his anal glands draining. Dog walks out at vets walking like John Wayne, like his legs like that. He weren't happy at all. Coming out like looking at him, what the hell did you just do to me in there? And then we took him into Pets at Home. Well, we just go down there, bought him a little treat. We got some bits and bats and a bit of dog food for him. And we got down Third Aisle and he decided he was going to take a shit right in the middle of the shop. My wife was not impressed. Just stay there. Don't move. Like that. I'm not going to run away, am I?
Yeah, leg it.
She's there picking it up and then saying, "What am I going to do with this now? It stinks." Funny at that. Had a proper good giggle. But dog's looking as if she said, "What's up with you? You brought me out. You put a lead on, man. That's what you do when you go out." Dear me.
Dog feels violated.
Well, even when he got back home, like a couple of hours later, like he still kept he was getting off at sofa gingerly. Like, poor lad.
Poor bastard.
Hopefully, fingers. Now the nurses, vets did it for us, like, but it can be done by a nurse. It doesn't need to be done by a vet. She said, "Oh, you can have courses and learn how to do it yourself." No, thank you. Good. I don't want to learn how to do that. No, thank you. Never again, would it?
But then on another note, congratulations on reaching 1,000 subs as well.
Yeah,
thank you very much. Yeah, appreciated. And a massive thank you. In the last 28 days, I have 91 subscribers joined me on the channel. I'd like to say, from me, Daz, Mick, and all the people that come in and get involved with us, massive thank you to everybody that's made it what it is, because at the end of the day, without the subscribers, we wouldn't have a show. If we didn't have you guys coming to watch week in, week out,
we wouldn't have a channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's all thanks to you guys for making it what it is. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. There will be a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. What I've got to do is come up with something to make it a little bit. Yeah, something to give away. I want to do something a little bit different. I don't want to just do, here's a couple of little prizes, or here's a couple of bats and split it out. I want to make it something on a personal level with us guys as well, as so that we can perhaps maybe going somewhere, doing something as an event. I'm not 100% sure yet, but there will be something to come in the very near future. What I would like to do and make sure first is that I remain in and above the 1,000.
1,000.
I've seen it done many a time before, and there have been other channels that have gone up and then come crashing back down. Thanks to all those people that did keep subscribing and unsubscribing, but we got there. Whether it was with your help or not. Though, what I have to say is thanks, Daz, thanks, Mick, thanks, Mike, thanks, Jeff, and thanks, Colin, for all you guys that have always been with us whenever we've done anything. It's what it's about.
Pleasure, mate. Loved every minute of it.
Community and our group is what I'm trying to push forward with us and what we do and what this video is about. So where, like example, where Daz put out his little video last week, and I dropped this weekend. Daz is enjoying doing it. I'm loving putting a bit of a video together, put some little funky music.
I really enjoyed doing that, mate. I really enjoyed it.
It's good, isn't it? It's good fun.
Yeah.
It's good fun.
Yeah. Gets the brain working as well, thinking, how am I going to film that? And yeah, it's good. I like it.
It's when you have to retake and do it again when you've done it wrong. You think, God damn it, I didn't press record or whatever. That's
don't go there, guys. Don't be going there.
But obviously, the other one is a massive thank you to all the other channels. And just to name a few, we've got Derby Coy, we've got Dave from DT Coy, we've got Vince, we've got Jamie from Keeping It Coy, we've got, well, so many other channels that have given me a little bit of a shout out and give it. Sorry if I didn't name you, but it is genuinely appreciated and heartfelt thanks from all of us for helping us get to where we've got.
Been my pleasure, brother.
Cheers, bud. Thank you very much. Right then, we'll get into a little quick couple of these messages. This guy called Nipping Coy says, Gaz, sent you a message. I did. Well, I'm trying to scoff that bun.
Yeah, too busy.
I'm trying to. I'm in studio, and then all of a sudden people start joining studio, and I've got this proper sticky bun. All my hands are all over. And then I get a phone call. Everybody starts joining all at once, so I have to start clean my fingers up so I can use keyboard and my mouse so I don't get sticky keyboard. We've got Life Around the Coy Pond, which is our Jamie says, hello Vince, hope you're well, mate.
Evening, Jamie.
Tissy Kelly says, I've had better days, buddy. Which we've just discussed. Have you had a bit of Coy drama, mate? Which is obviously, a little bit of conversation between themselves. Easy pod ball valves. Now then, I was thinking getting an aquarium. What filter would you recommend, mate? The last aquarium I had was about 25 years ago. Well, I know a few people have answered you, mate. I would say if you're going to go with one, go bigger than what you need. That way, then you're always over filtering rather than under filtering. Get an external filter if you can, canister based, anything with media in and sponge foams and all the rest of it. I would go with any. I'm not sure what mine is. Fluoral of some sort. I think it's a Fluoral 308 or Fluoral 307, but or bigger, depending on the size of your tank, mate. But always over filter rather than under. That would be my advice. Definitely external, because then you don't lose room in your tank with a filterability to it. But there'll be many other person that'll probably give you some good advice on what's good to go with, I would imagine. We've got a Nip and Coy that says, evening all. Vince asking if it's the tropical or Coy. We've got a Nip. That looks like a cookie, I think.
Yeah, cookie.
Yeah.
I couldn't find a cupcake on the new phone.
The dubious looking cookie.
We've got, I've had a lot of trouble with ball valves, slide valves. Oh, there we go. We'll remove that one. That one's disconnected. There we go. What happened there?
Battery went in the other phone.
Oh, damn it. Right. I'll kick that one from studio then. Oh, good. I'm glad that didn't kick the wrong one there for a second if I clicked the wrong. James says tropical. Carlos C says, evening, Vince.
Carlos.
I like the air-driven sponge filters. Yeah. The only thing perfect for the environment and what you're doing. But if you're trying to set up a natural-looking environment, there's nothing.
Yeah, a bit ugly, aren't they?
A filter comes in the middle of your tank, or any filter in your tank, unless you build it into some form of a rockery background. But then you're not getting all the muck that's from beyond the rockery coming through and into it. You just filter in the water rather than perhaps drawing some of the muck and crap and waste away as well. Pretty much a little bit of a conversation between yourselves there. So we've got Martin's Koi Pond that says, good evening, guys. Good evening, Martin. Thanks very much for joining us.
Evening.
We've got Rai, who says, think you need a UV filter for the grout tank, Vince? Green water is a ball ache. He's purposely keeping the green water, mate, because I think he wants the fry, to be able to use it for feeding the pond as well as. Martin says, Vince, my man, thanks for the gift. There's a reply back to the blue. Thought you just had a blue. Koyagi Design steps in with evening. How you doing, Koyagi? Hope you're good, mate.
Evening, Koyagi.
Koi Central says, evening all. Good evening, Koi Central. Hope you're doing good, mate.
Evening.
Congratulations on the 1K. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Thanks very much.
1K in a bit.
There you go. Jamie, I use a Fluoral 307 pressure on my tank. It does a great job. Oh, good job. And I think, if memory serves, that's even on a marine. So, Bill from Telford Koi Pond says, good evening, everyone, and a massive congratulations to Gaz for hitting the 1,000 subs. Milestone, very well deserved. Thank you very much, Phil. Thank you. And thank you
Phil.
as well, Phil. Very much appreciated, mate. Matt's Koi Garden and Bonsai says, evening all. Gents, hope you're all well. And congrats, Garrett. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. Hope you're good too, mate. Skeggy's in the house with a boom.
Skeg stuff.
Carlos says, how do people? How do Carlos? Hope you're good.
Evening, Carlos.
West Brom says, evening all. Well done, guys, on the 1K subs. I think I'm not going to be saying this a lot, but thank you very much, mate. Very much appreciated. Before I do go any further, I have got something I would like to share. Nice Vince, a little bit of it, but this same guy, what he has done and what he has asked me to do, which I'm not a problem with at all, love trying to help somebody else get a channel up and going. He has an up and coming channel very soon. It's all up and set up ready. At present, he doesn't have any content on there, but I'm sure he'll be putting some up soon. So I'm just going to drop a little link in here, guys. If you could all do it as a huge favour, hop round, give him a sub. Let's help give him get his channel off the ground when he's ready and he's going and he's got some content up there for us to watch. We can all tune in and watch another channel grow. There you go, right. And like I said, bud, I will get your coffee cup out to you this evening. Oh, sorry, not this evening. Tomorrow evening, mate, as soon as I get home from work. I just need to get a little box to put it in because I don't just want to send it in what they come in the packaging boxes. Otherwise, it won't be in one piece when it gets there. Excuse me. Paul Mack says, evening, everyone of the 1,000 plus club. Thank you very much, Paul. Ed the Koi Keeper says, evening all.
Evening all.
Skeggy says, odd one is late or no. I was a little bit late, but I was trying to shove some Haribo's down my neck before we went live.
Eating bird.
It was, yeah. We've got well done on the 1K whoop, whoop, from Carla. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it, good. We've got Mike, Mr. Tropical Koi, says, evening all. Evening, mate. Yeah. You dipped out without saying goodbye. You were proper quick. Pioneer says, I have made a 3-barrel filter. Each is 220 litres. How long should I PP the K3 and K1 media, which is all brand new? And do I need to keep the air pump on 24 hours for the K1 moving bed barrel?
Yes.
Yes, for the moving bed. You need to keep it moving so that you can keep it, well, bumping off. The reason why I have it moving around, if I'm wrong, in case I do get this wrong, is so that all the old bacteria which is dying off gets bumped off and knocked off to create more space for the new bacteria to grow in its place.
Yeah.
That's the reason why the most it's turning over and going at all times. If you stop it moving over, bacteria requires a lot of oxygen so that it can do its job and grow and multiply. So if you turn it off and knock it off, you'll probably crash your system and you're losing all your good bacteria.
Multiply about every 3 minutes or something crazy.
I think it's every 4 seconds.
That's it, yeah.
So yeah, one becomes two becomes four, and so on and so on and so on. So yeah, it's quite a quick, fast process when it's up and running and going. But yes, you definitely do need to keep it in. How long should your PP is media, K3 and K1?
Well, if it's brand new,
Yeah, it's brand new, isn't it?
if it's brand new,
We'll leave it for a week.
24 hours should be fine to clean off any crap that's on the plastic.
Don't some people actually do it so that it etches into the plastic a little bit, take that coating off of it so that the bacteria can get a foothold quicker, kind of.
Yeah.
I believe that is.
Yeah.
And that's what I've seen and heard myself. But
I did mine for 48 hours.
Yeah. I don't think it really makes that much difference whether it's a day or a week. At the end of the day.
as long as you can until you need it, mate. That way, then you know it's 100%. But
Yeah.
if you need to get up and running and you've had it in for a day or two, that should be more than long enough, I would have thought.
Yeah.
I don't know for definite, mate.
Well, if it's second-hand media, then I would say probably leave it for a week.
Oh, second hand, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I'd probably, if it were me and it was second hand, I'd probably PP it and then I'd probably bleach it as well.
I bleach it as well. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, just a bit.
Shit that's going around at the moment.
100%. Edward Guppy says, "Good evening, all. Hope all is well." Good evening, Edward. Thanks for joining us. Who's the ugly git bottom left?
Who's left?
Excuse me. My boy Coy says, "Good evening, all." Good evening, mate. Thanks for joining us, bud.
Evening, Danny.
Evening.
Busy Bee says, "Hi, peeps."
Evening, busy.
Coy Design says, "MBK." Skeggy says, "Air pump on all the time, 247 or 24/7, 365 days for the moving bed." Totally agree, mate. Here we go. Mike Bass says, "Greetings. What does Gaz put on his cupcakes? Hundreds and thousands. Well done, guys."
Evening, Mike.
Hey, mate.
I like how he always has a little bit of a gang, doesn't he? Every introduction, everyone. Seskia and Ree from Pond says, "Hi, with a wave, everyone."
Evening, Seska.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us again. Graham Taylor says, "Evening all, 1,000 to you, guys." Thank you very much, Graham. Appreciate it, bud. Didn't realise Vince had hair.
Ooh.
Kayaga Designs 1,000 sub giveaway. Yes, mate, there will be one for sure. It won't be this evening. And it won't be a Shisui 100%. But, well, I don't know, mate. I don't know. What I was thinking is perhaps maybe somewhere to go as a trip, and perhaps maybe purchasing somebody as a something as a gift, and that way then doing a draw kind of thing. They get to come out with us somewhere for the day, and perhaps something along them lines. That's what I'm thinking, but I don't know. I'll come up with something.
We're all going out in 3 months.
In the very near. Say again.
We're all going out in 3 months, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly.
April. Mm.
Yeah, that's it. They had them buy a koi trip. That's. Andy says, "Evening, everyone." Good evening, Andy.
Evening, Andy.
Evening.
Andy.
New Ferrari shop. I all right, mate. What do you think I am, Rockefeller? No personal message there for the new Ferrari shop. Koi Central says, "Good call, Koyage." Oh yeah, I paid 1,000 Gaz. Thank you very much, Andy. Appreciate it. Vicky stepped in with good evening, everyone. Good evening, Vicky. Thanks for joining us.
Evening, Vicky.
Evening, Vicky. Got spade out yet?
Yeah. Life Around says, hello, Skeggy, hope you're feeling better, mate. And hello to the Celebrity Squares. That's Celebrity Squares. Sean Leonard says, evening all. Thank you very much for joining us, Sean.
Evening, Sean.
Hi, Jamie. Knock, knock. Hope everyone's well. Chasing Koi. Thank you very much for joining us, mate. That's is that a new one? Is that a new
Yes, new one on me.
Chasing Koi.
Appreciate that, mate. Well,
Yes, new one on me. Should we do a shout out for him?
I think we should. I've not seen, and that way. Then, at least if we
I'll be
can
right back.
help somebody else,
Right.
go to his channel. At the present, Chasing Koi is on 204 subscribers. I'm going to cut, copy, and paste his channel and post it there in the comments, guys. Let's see if we can give him a little bit of a lift, and we can go and have a look at his channel, and let's see if we can help somebody else grow a little bit too. You've definitely 100% got one more there, mate, and the bell's been rung. That puts you up to 205. Hopefully, fingers crossed, mate, you get a few more. Nope, there you go, 206 and climbing. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate everybody going and having a check out of his channel. Let's see if we can a bit more content for us. 207, what you got now? 209 and rising, mate. We've got. I will have a check of your channel later, mate. Thanks very much for joining us this evening. It's really appreciated. Charlie, sorry, missed that one. Budget Pond Keeper, evening all. Hope everyone is well. Thank you very much for joining us, mate, and hope you're good too, bud. Charlie, evening all.
Evening, Charlie.
Evening, Cole. Evening, Cole, mate. Thanks for joining us. Koyagi says, stop swearing, Vince. Carlos says, no Mick tonight. No, mate. Mick's having a little bit of a break, and hopefully we'll be back with us in the very near future. Excuse me.
That's the other problem with flu. You can never get that cough. Seems to
I know, I'm driving you up the wall, mate. It really is. And the more I talk, the worse it gets as well. Mr. Tropical Koi says, hi, mate. Long time no see. Hope you're all right. Skeggy says, Vince, I've been thinking about the ball valve. Give me a shout after I have an idea. Dave Cup is having a little bit of a break, mate. He's having a little bit of time for himself and just chilling out and relaxing. So hopefully, fingers crossed, he'll be back with us in the very near future.
Yeah.
ANC Koi says, good evening, Koi friends. Good evening, ANC. Hope you're well.
Evening.
Mark Chilton says, good evening, everyone. Evening all. Thank you very much for joining us both.
Hi, Lisa.
Koi Kama, hi all, and a very good evening to all. I also had a waste valve failure that drained the grow on down to 6 inches, thankfully no loss, and a new valve fixed. That was pretty damn lucky on it.
Yeah, I saw the shot on that.
Yes, definitely. Float switch. If you haven't got one, I think every pond should have one. It's some way, shape, or form. So at least you. But saying that, if it's a valve on bottom that leaks,
you can't do anything about it.
No float switch is going to do all about that, is it? That's a technical failure of a sealed component, isn't it?
Mm.
59 in, smash that like. Thank you very much, Skeggy. Appreciate that, mate. We've got 24 thumbs up, and we've actually got at present 82 people watching. Do us a favour, guys, share the love a little bit. It helps the channel grow, and it puts it out to a wider audience. Budget Podkeeper says good evening. Graham Taylor says Vince has a dodgy wrist playing with his ball valve. Marik's Koipon, thank you very much for joining us, Marik. Good evening. Koi Central says, Gaz, I know your pain. My Labrador waits until he gets into bed for the shit every time. It weren't me either. It weren't. I mean, he had just been kind of, violated flatly beforehand, so I think you were a little bit shook up and a bit nervous in first place, but not good. Not good at all. I hadn't seen him because I saw him first thing this morning, but it's dark in it, pitch black in the morning. I had him out first thing, come back, and I went to work. So I haven't really seen what he's like, but I want to see if he's still sort of like wide stance walking. Back home. Jamie says, I think them ball valves are hit and miss. Some are easier than others to twist. Well, you can change that, mate. You can.
Well, you just change the setting on them.
You can change it, take the thing off and use it like a key to spin it round and loosen it off to make it an easier fitting, mate, so it turns open and closes easier.
Yeah.
Until it seizes.
Sorry,
Until you have Vince, it seizes, yeah.
Yeah. Well, once, I think when they get to that point where they season, you know, it's either the handle that's going to give or the shaft that's going to give.
Yeah.
Well, both went, the handle and the fucking shaft.
Thank you very much.
You did try preparing your handle first, you know. But that didn't go well, so you put it on, did it?
Yeah, but trouble is, see, Vince has got a limp wrist from all that pom-pom trimming he's doing. That's the scissor hands got to his fingers. Playing with the pom-poms.
Hey, I'm always playing with my pom-poms.
Well, Mick's okay. Miss him. As do we all.
We do, mate, we do.
Seskia's Reef and Pond, congratulations on reaching 1,000 subscribers, guys. Thank you very much appreciate it. And thank you all for being a part of it and helping me get there. It obviously couldn't have been done without you guys. Life Around says, well done on the 1K subs. Again, thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. ANC Coy says, seeing the water prices are rising, with that, electric and the cost of living, it's getting costly to run ponds. I don't know how people manage to run more than one, especially when some don't work.
Well, what the fuck's it got to do with you?
There you go, that's everything, isn't it?
Fuck off. Pair of fucking idiots.
Why are people so nasty? Carlos, I don't know, mate. I think
they just can't fucking help themselves, Carlos.
I think some people just need to let it go. Let it slide, let it slip, let it move on.
I don't work.
If I'd have read that beforehand, I want to put it up. I apologise, Vince. That's terribly sorry.
I don't work, so you know I can afford it. Just
my dad don't work, and he's got 2 ponds, mate.
Yep.
Izzy B says ANC, that's their business. Totally agree. Scrag68 says evening all. Sir Twisted One.
Evening, Scrag.
Thanks.
Evening, Scrag.
Skeggy. With a I can't tell face.
I think that's a
That's a.
I can't focus, it's that small.
Birmingham Gary says, good evening all. Evening all. Good evening, Gary. Well, mate. Thank you very much for joining us, bud. My boy Connie says, no need is there, Carlos. No one can just do their own thing without pulling others down. Totally agree, mate.
Yeah.
British Gas announcing 40 billion profits.
Yeah.
Well, look at Shell today. What was it? They were announcing umpteen billion profits, weren't they? Today, Shell announced, and the government are doing nothing.
Yeah, but why is water going up so much? Why is that?
Oh, don't talk to me about water. The water for the show. Yeah, the water for the show.
They've got you by the whatsits.
Yeah. They are. Well, they are. You need it. You need gas. You need electric. We need water. The three main things you need to live and exist in an house.
And they're the 3 things.
No matter. Well, that and food, but food's going up through the roof as well. They've got us back short on curlers. No matter what we do, we've all got to use it. We've all got to maintain it. But
yeah, the water for the show last year was £900, well, just over, and this year I've gone to the same company. It's well over 1,000.
Yeah,
but you've got on top of that though, mate. You've got to think that they're going to be able to get that water to you, and fuel prices have gone up through the roof.
Yeah,
they went up massive last year because the fuel had gone up. So it's like it's more increase on the cost of the show. It's like, whoa, okay.
Yeah. Makes you
I'm thinking of investing in some IBC tanks so I can pump my well water out and store it over the winter when it fills up really fast with the rains. So I've got it for the summer. So I don't have to touch mains water at all. It's just ridiculous, isn't it?
Mm. But you haven't got that. My mate Richard up at A1 Coy's got some massive big tanks. They must hold 10,000 litres.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, he was using them originally because he used to breed koi and teach people how to breed koi. And he was using them for his Daphnia cultures and that.
Right. That's a lot of Daphnia.
And stuff like that to feed the koi with the fry line.
I think that one's right. Well, what Carlos says there, they live in La La Land, don't they? I mean, these guys that claim for bath plugs and all the rest of it, or the duck houses and all the rest of it, all raking in shitloads. The average everyday man is lucky if he's had a pay rise in the last 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
It's just one of them, innit? It's just they're all looking to, make more money when we haven't got more money to give.
Yeah.
All you have to do is look at your sort of weekly shops. Obviously, I've missed it, and then you just see how much that's gone up by. Buy the same stuff, cost you 100 quid, and that's like 120, 130 quid. Depending on what you buy.
Me and my wife were talking about the same thing, Dave. Like we used, you go out, get your bits and bats shopping, like maybe 100, 120 quid a week. And now that's pushing up closer to nearly 200 quid. And you're still walking out of the shop with the same amount of stuff, 2 or 3 bags. And then having to go out and buy a few more bits come end of week again. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, Michelle, we're 59 billion over a 50%.
That's it. Yeah.
Now, you guys won't know this gentleman, but I do. Michael McGraw, what's also known as Mikey McG. What's up from across the pond? Thanks very much for joining us, mate. Hope you're good, bud. We'll have to catch up, mate, and get some gaming in. Bit of Star Citizen.
Oh, blimey. Not playing COD again, are you?
Oh, no. This is a totally different game. This is... it's like a space. It's mint. It's brilliant. But I can't believe it's still not out yet, mate. Can you? What the hell? What is he doing? You'll know what I'm talking about. Well said, guys. Laughing face. Still feeling sick, Skeggy. Absolutely, Jamie. Good evening from my Coy's journey.
Evening.
Nip, you didn't ring him.
Yes, I know. I've had my other phone got cut off because the contract ended, and the new one's only come online on this morning.
Oh, yeah, he's actually told us as soon as you come on. How's my picture look? Got a brand new phone, so. Are you, Jamie? He's running that on a marine tank. My boy says, hope everyone is doing well. Hi to everyone who said hi to me. I still need mugs. Vince has challenged me to catch him up.
He's got no hope.
He's got no hope on that one. Not a chance.
I'm sitting at 36 and I've got number 37 coming from Jigsy. So, yeah, have fun, Koyagi.
I haven't got one yet.
Look at that. We're up to 90 views at present. Thanks very much for joining us, everybody.
Well, if you haven't already, smash that like button.
Very kind. Jaja, I love watching your videos. Great work. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Funny little picture in background. Carlos says, can I get it? Sean Morris says, hello all. Hope everyone is good. No Mick again. Hope he's okay. He's okay, mate. Just having a bit of me time and family time. So
I'm going to have to jump off anyway. So I shall catch you later, guys, and I'll catch you.
All right, mate. Thank you very much for joining us again, Dave. Appreciate it, bud. Catch you soon.
Steve.
Take it easy, mate.
Yeah.
West Brom says too many to say hi to now. So hi to everyone.
Hey.
Evening.
Skeggy from Carlos C. My boy says, hi, mate. There's the first link for Rise channel. If you can do us a huge favour, pop by and give him a bit of a sub. Thumbs up, Carlos. Congratulations, guys, from ANC Koi. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Evening MBK. Subbed, says Martin. Wave from MBK. There we go. Koi Water Plants and Rant says, even all, what's everyone think about the water hikes? Get your pond discounts if you haven't already. Most authorities do one, but not all. Thank you very much, mate. That's well worth having a look.
Yeah.
I'll contact mine and see. In fact, I think
isn't that where you can get a discount on the wastewater?
Yeah, for when you put
On the water
Does
aid,
it go back?
because my ours goes into a soakaway, not the sewers.
Yeah, mine goes into my garden because I just put it in my garden.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah,
That's what I mean. It's soaking away.
mm.
Sharpie's Palmwell says, hi all. How are you doing, Sharpie? Hope you're good, mate.
Hey!
Laughing face. Congrats, Gaz, to the 1K sub. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. Already subbed, right? Subbed. Stuart Martin. I'm not on a water meter. Yeah, thank God I'm not either.
No, nor me.
Yeah.
Nor me.
Good job, man.
Just got to learn how to bypass them.
What, dig the pavement up? Put some cones out. What are you doing? Oh, I've got a bit of a leak.
Yellow jacket on.
Yeah. Get donkey jacket on, flat cap, you bury it. Yeah. There's you and all, and 6 people around you. They're all going, you don't want to do it like that. health and safety officer and all the rest of the gobblers.
Yep, definitely.
Carlos says, I've sorted out to get my liquor bill down. I'm going to plug an extension lead into next door's outside socket when they're on holiday.
Yeah, you do that, and then you put the heater on.
Make sure you warm it up for a period as well. Phil Walker says, good evening, guys. Here we go. Here we go again. Here we go again. Thank you very much for joining us, Phil.
Hey, Phil.
Kayagi says, it's 1,000, LL.
Yeah. Well, it's actually 1,000 and a bit.
It's actually 1,000 and a bit. 1,025 at last time I looked, which was just before we went live. Scrag68 says, congratulations, Gaz, Mick and Daz on the 1K. Thank you very much, mate.
Thanks, Scrags.
Jar Jar says, love chasing koi.
Back in 2 secs.
I'll listen them as well.
He's got great wicked koi. That's the new channel that we just subscribed to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Great. We've got to have a good look at his channel then. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that. Carlos C says, wicked video the other day. Daz, you fitted that liner well on your own. You did, didn't it? And damn fast as well.
I'm surprised you could see him in that tank.
There's the second channel that I shared, which was I've forgotten the gentleman's name. Sorry, my friend. Chasing Koi. That's his link there. If you can do us a favour, guys, and go around and let's have a quick look and see what we got to refresh up to. He was on 209, he's now 212. So there you go, a good few there, mate. 6 plus or so.
Already subbed.
Edward Guppy with 1,000, now for the 2,000. Let's hope so, mate. Fingers crossed. I hope so. I hope it keeps growing. To be fair, as I've always said, all I ever wanted to do, my target was to get to 100, 500, and 1,000. So if it keeps growing from there on in, it's a blessing, and I will be greatly appreciated. I'm happy that I've done the little bit that I wanted. I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing, but I've hit the target.
I enjoy what I do.
I do as well, mate. And that's the reason why I do it is because I do enjoy it. So that's, it's fun. I enjoy it. We have a good laugh. We all get to go places that I would have never dreamt of going. So 10,000 for the plaque. Yeah, 10,000. 10,000. 10,000. And that's not right. To get the red plaque, what is it? Was it 100? Was it 100,000? To get the red YouTube plaque, I think it's 100,000 subscribers. To get the silver is 10,000. To get the 100,000. I think I'm going to be making myself for 10,000 plaque. I don't think I'll be getting there. 10 million subs for the red plaque. God damn. You know, I thought you might have got something for the 1,000, but I guess you don't then.
Ask Martin that Devon Coypond, he'll make you one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. Copy's Toy Chatting Bubbles. Congratulations, GKP, Wuru, and all, one and all. Thanks for joining us, mate. Chasing Koi says, cheers, people. I will make sure that I get some views on your channel, mate, and have a good look at what you've got going on, bud. Appreciate you joining us, though, mate. Very much so. Water temperatures has crept up over the past few days. The fish are showing signs of life. Well, they're not lying on the bottom anyway. Mine aren't either, mate. Mine, I fed them at weekend, and they've had a couple of feeds. Well,
have you seen the temperature for next week?
No, it's not supposed to be good, is it?
No.
-1, -2.
Yeah.
Back down again.
-2.
Yeah.
That's
Beautiful British weather.
Yeah, ain't it just?
Technically, it's to be expected, isn't it? It's winter. Our winters do push into March most of the time.
Yeah.
For us to get as warm as what we have,
4 months of
my area, this
winter.
Yeah, it's pretty rare for it to get to 10 degrees in like February now, aren't we? Just into Feb. Pretty rare that we get temps above.
I don't know, it's because I'm getting old. It's long bloody winters nowadays.
I was proper shocked today coming home in van. I was proper shocked.
Yeah.
I actually had to turn my heaters off and wind the window down. I cooled my cab down because it got that hot. I thought, God damn, I've only got it on one setting, so I don't understand why.
When you get to turn your heaters off, they should it.
Now, what it is, guys, you get to that time in your life, you see, when you get hot flushes, mate. That's what it is.
No.
Male menopause.
Male menopause. Is that a thing? I don't know.
Apparently.
I'm going grey enough for it, so I'm probably looking at like.
Very light for that.
I think I've already been through it.
You want to get a bit of beeswax on there, Nip?
Yeah.
How often do you dye yours, Vince?
I don't.
Yeah.
I get more grey in my chin than I do up here. I mean, my old lady's 70, and I got more grey on me than she has.
What the hell? My family's nobody's gone bald, but a lot of us have gone grey really quick. Even me.
I went grey about 12.
Eldest son's got grey hairs coming. He's like, God damn it.
Yeah. My lad has as well.
Go away from Skeggy to Cope. Sub from Koi Central. Hello, Terry and Graham from Martin. Gray from Westbourne. I'm already sub, says Andy. Skeg, you put that banner up yet?
Even that fucking
Yeah,
banner.
that banner.
Vicky says, I'm not planning to dig any ponds all above ground.
Yeah, very sensible, Vicky.
Yeah, makes life a lot easier, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you got to dig for the post holes.
Yeah. Minimal digging. That's what it's about.
Chris Enton says, evening all, and well done on the 1K subs, Daz. Loving the plants on the bottom of the garden. Thank you very much, mate.
Chris,
I proper.
keeping all right.
I've got to admit, Daz, right? When you've seen it filling up, I'm like, waiting for it. But
what, waiting for it to just explode? Flat pack it.
Oh, is it? Well, no, that one being.
Confidence.
No, it's not that. It's just I know you've used them for a long time as
compost storage. Yeah. And
so you never know just how much pressure they've been behind before, do you? So I was thinking,
they've had a lot of pressure, mate. Trust me. Yeah. I fill them about 5 foot up with compost, jump up and down on it, and get another 3 foot on top.
And then squash all that in as well.
Yeah,
we were saying though, with a compost absorbs a lot of moisture, doesn't it? So there's going to be a lot of weight and a lot of pressure in there as well.
And heat.
Yeah, and the heat too, yeah. But the majority of the pressure when you're filling a pond up is at the bottom of the pond, isn't it? Yeah. So you were saying about you were going to put some cabling around it and brace it up a bit.
Yeah.
Are you going to put a link around the bottom, or are you just going to do that on the other one, and the big one by the other one that we're making?
I'll do it on the big one, because if anything, the big one has the potential to move a bit. But I mean, I've concreted all the corners as well. Steel rebar in as well. It should be bomb-proof. When you tap it now, it goes doing. The gravel boards do it. That resonates. Bloody thing's solid.
That's the next one we need to get finished off then. And what we were talking. Well, we could say it anyway, can't we, mate? What we were talking about doing is we've got the pond above to set in, put the posts in, and get it down, dig it down a little bit. But what we were thinking of doing is running. I mean, it was an idea, Daz, wasn't it?
I don't know when that's going to work, Gaz.
This is what I thought, because you're not going to get the muck out of the first. Yeah, you're not going to get the muck out of the first one, are you? You're only going to get the muck coming out of the second one. So all your waste, so it's going to have to be separate.
It's going to get trapped, and cutting into the gravel board, you lit the steel rebars in it. It's going to be a bit.
Now we can.
You could slide it out and just take 2 inch off, and then put it back in again.
Yeah, thought make like a giant blade, waterfall all the way across.
It'd look cool, though, wouldn't it? It would look good, but
it would look good. Yeah.
What I was thinking, like, is the first pond above, and then it steps down to the second, is making it so that it cycled in one through back up to the top and overflowed back in. One, it'd look pretty cool and funky, but all the muck and waste that were in the top one would never come off the bottom, and you'd only be clearing it out of the bottom one, wouldn't you? So it wouldn't work.
Yeah, better off with separate systems.
Separate systems, yeah.
Yeah. And at least then you've got no to worry about cross-contamination.
Exactly,
yeah. Works. Better for you in the long run, does.
Yeah.
Right. We got Gaffer, Corpet. How's everyone? Hope everything is okay, Skeg, from Corpet. Getting there, Corpet. One surgery confirmed, needed in about 4 weeks, one to be decided. Oh, shit. I'm guessing that's the shoulder, mate. All the best, mate. Hope it goes well and everything comes good through. Let's let them little chats between themselves. Paul Max says, shitting dogs. You know you're in trouble when you have to swap the poo bag for a cup and a straw. Oh, my God.
Grim.
Oh, my God.
No. Cup and straw.
Just checking and just going through a few more.
Not too bad.
Well, I'm gonna put it up, Vince. Don't be offended, because this gives me the perfect chance and the perfect opportunity to use it. We've got that one up there that says, ANC Kite, you know the rules, take down the mugs. Well, just so happens I prepared something for this slightly earlier. So
now that's what I call bullshit statement of the week.
I'll leave that one right there.
My property. I'll do what the fuck I like with them.
Exactly. I mean, it's a gift. You gifted them. You don't get to tell somebody what they do with a gift. Otherwise, you shouldn't have sent it to them.
Exactly, guys.
Things change in life, and there's not much more really needs to be said.
Just move on. Everyone else says.
Evening all. Evening all. Thanks very much for joining us, Rob.
Evening, Rob.
Evening.
Fuck.
What's storing at work? You'd have to aerate it, surely.
I was on about the water for Daz's.
Right. Yeah, you certainly have to cover the tanks over so they didn't just all go pea soup.
Yeah.
But I don't know about aerating. I mean, it'll be aerated once it goes into the pond.
But what about would it go stagnant though?
Depend. If it's cool, I wouldn't have thought so. If it's in the sun, it might do.
Yeah, it's definitely one to think
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
I would think probably an air stone in it just to keep it moving a bit.
Yeah.
What was the first, is it?
What
Just
was
some
the
little
other
air stone,
question?
some circulation.
What's some Daphne in it? I'll stop it going green.
What was the other question you were talking about earlier, Daz, about Daphnia? Was it Daphnia?
Oh no, it was brine shrimp. How to
Brine
grow
shrimp.
Does anybody know how you can get briny shrimp really big? Because apparently you can get them to like
about
10,
the size of
10,
freshwater shrimp. Yeah.
10 mil, you know, a good in size. Does anybody know what's a good stuff? As we're asking, I think obviously you want to get some bigger ones so you can start feeding some bigger.
Or is it just a breed of the big? You can get bigger red ones. Rather than,
bigger ones.
Yeah, so I'm not having to switch me axolotls over to bloodworm. I can just give them bigger brine shrimp.
I'm sure. I'm sure it's yeast. Once you get them going, if you feed them yeast, I'm sure they grow.
Yeah, I know yeast works on Daphnia, so I don't see any reason why it shouldn't work on brine shrimp. They're a crustacean, the same.
The only difference is Daphnia isn't salt water.
No, or copiopods, aren't they?
That's a big word for Thursday evening.
Isn't it? Yeah. Maybe the yeast.
How's your copipods?
Dave Pioneer, my unheated pond temperatures are up and down with this weather at the moment. It's at 10 degrees at 8 p.m.
That's not bad.
I was saying, mine's got up to 10 degrees in pond today. Can't believe it.
Mine's sat at 6.3 at the moment.
See, that's crazy. It's not. It's honestly cracking flags today up here. Well, Manchester, where I was today, were red hot. Absolutely. There were guys that were working out doing ground crews work. So everybody's coming, you know, doubled up jumpers and coats and all that kind of stuff. And there were a guy, by the time he'd finished laying a few flags early, 9:30, he was down to his t-shirt. It was proper red hot. Blue skies, proper lovely.
No, because it's grafting, so you're laying flags. That's what it is. Plastic thing.
It is, yeah, it is. You're grafting through it, obviously, to keep yourself warmer.
Not like you, Daz. Wax on, wax off.
Thank you very much for joining us, Chris. And you've just had a chuck load of snow as well, haven't you? You've just had another good coating. But it was good to see the fish underwater, mate. Still, that's what I mean. This is the thing, right? Chris, he's got temperatures way colder than what we get.
Minus 30 at the moment.
Manages to get through every winter without any problems. Oh, well, no, I won't say without any problems. Obviously, he's got to maintain and keep aeration for his fish that are in there and make sure he's got some kind of area from a gas off. But if those fish can get through those type of conditions, I'm pretty sure that ours can just rough it out for a -1 or a -2.
Yeah, well, if memory serves, he was sitting at minus 30 something the other day.
Wow.
With about 2 foot or so, 3 foot of snow.
Yeah.
And like I say, when you looked at his underwater footage, fish were fine. Okay, they were lead in the bottom in torpor, but you know, they weren't dead. Put it that way.
Minus 30.
We got Gopi says, hi Dave from Koikama. Jaja says, pretzel. Hey, Action Chris. Congrats again, Gaz, on the 1K. Well deserved. Thank you very much, Chris. And thank you, mate, for the shout out and the mention in the chat on your live the other week as well, mate. Very much appreciated, bud.
Yeah, I was quite shocked to see Stubbsy live.
Yeah, I was as well. But
it was awesome.
I didn't get the damn notification. I clicked on it so that I did get the notification, but I think that was the first notification because the first one went wrong, didn't it? And then it went live again with the second one. So by the time it come on, it had gone off. And normally, the notifications for YouTube, they are shocking at times.
They're shit at the moment.
They come in like 10 minutes after it started. You think, well, that's not much of a notification.
That is on the eggnog.
Eggnog.
Yeah. Banana milkshake, people.
Yeah, we believe that as well.
No, if it's going to be milkshake, it's got to be vanilla.
This is a good one.
Vanilla. Nah,
Can we have a
I'd
whip
love to
round?
stop
by
if
here
she
and
had
see a
the
new
bloody
record?
ice cream. Ugh. It's got to have a proper flavour to it.
Send me mugs. Wipe that smile off his face.
Not going to happen.
You're right, Sean. Shame on these companies bragging about how much profit they're making. I don't understand how they
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah,
I understand
it's
how
fucking
we
disgusting.
get his asses spanked with everything as we are doing. And yet they come out and go, look how super fucking rich we are. Bastards.
Yeah.
Ed, the koi keeper, says, I have one mug. I will be getting some. I need to.
I haven't got any. I haven't got any. Zero.
I'm going to have to get some for the giveaway as well. So I have to put in a place in order. If there's anybody else that wants to do a swap, drop me a comment, drop me an email, and I shall get some ordered and we'll do some swaps. If anybody's interested. Sub Aquatic says, hey Vince. He's gone, sorry.
He's left the building.
He's doing more painting than Sistine Chapel.
He's been doing some proper stuff in that room, mate. He's been getting it all blitzed out, tidied up, some of his spray art. Damn good,
Yeah.
man. Good. Irish Jody Coy says, hi all, congratulations on the subs, guys, well deserved. I recognise a few of them faces on your panel tonight. Hi guys, thank you very much for joining us, bud.
Evening, mate.
Evening.
Hi, Busy from Coy. Karma, DT, still in the chat though, guys. Thank you very much, bud.
Thanks.
What's we got? Skeggy says, discount is on sewerage if you don't put it into the sewers.
Yeah.
Where else could you put it?
He's on about the wastewater, isn't he?
Oh, right. I'm going to say.
Yeah, because it's got we're that far behind with the conversations again. We're catching up.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to catch up soon. Just
You should put surface water into sewers anyway. That has its own separate one.
Yeah, but actually, it all goes really back to the same plant, though. So the mugs really just keeps the sewers a bit more flooded.
Yeah. Oh, she's a good one, isn't she? Makes me a lovely cup of tea.
Oh.
And no, I'm not going to slurp on it because it's too bloody hot.
I was listening on the radio about the Gestapo breaking into
Mine's
people's homes.
all right, thanks to Lisa.
I'll start again. I was listening on the radio about the Gestapo breaking into people's homes to put prepaid meters in the world. The world's going mad, talking about kicking someone when they're down. I don't think they can. No, I don't think that's legal, even if they did. But
Yeah, I've seen it on a program. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. The
Oh,
Force
yeah.
Awakens. Yeah,
if
Yeah,
it's
on the news this morning, yeah.
what breaking into people's houses to put in
they were
water.
there. They were there.
They have a locksmith.
Locksmith, and the police and that behind them.
Yeah.
But are these housing association that the council own, or are these private owned houses?
Both, I think.
Because if it's
I
housing
don't watch normal
association,
telly.
maybe they could do it that way.
No, me, I only watch YouTube normally.
Yeah, I want to say I don't watch news. It's just
Yeah, it's on BBC News this
Netflix
morning.
and YouTube. That's about it.
Yeah.
Got hey Vince, nice to see you from Yorkshire Coy.
No, Paul. My vape's running out.
Oh, no.
Quick, call them out, paramedics. Quick. I say that somebody else the government's cracking down on now.
What, vape?
Yeah. How many sucks you can get out of a vape?
At present, 40,677.
Wow.
No, out of one canister.
This is one of these pre-filled ones. It's supposed to have 600 puffs in it.
Yeah.
Mm.
They don't last long though, do they? Either that or I puff a lot, but I know I do. I've never got the damn thing out.
This one's a CBD one.
HGV one.
CBD, you dick.
It's GV. Ollie Log says, hi all. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Evening,
Oh,
Ollie.
sorry,
All
I didn't read that one out. Yorkshire Koi says, here's a reminder of running a koi food competition, guys. Don't forget to enter it.
Oh,
Everybody
right.
check out Yorkshire Koi's
Will
giveaway.
do.
Paul, you're giving away Sakiakari? I'm
Is
in.
it Sakiakari? I'm only having Sakiakari, sorry. My fish are posh.
I got to agree, mate. If anyone has an issue with someone making snide remarks on YouTube, YouTubers' live shows is wrong and it's boring for everyone to watch. I agree, mate. It's,
How do you think I fucking feel, mate? It's relentless.
no violence or monopoly money here. Well said, Graham. We have a pole banger and a small tractor on site. You know, that's one of them things just whack into
Wow.
ground. You're gonna
Yeah,
Big
smack
handles
post
either side
driver.
of it.
Post driver, yeah.
Yeah.
No good for putting concrete posts in, though.
No.
No, mate, good for making hardcore.
Yeah.
G Maffich says, give it a rest, ANC. People are here to watch, listen, learn, talk about koi, not read your drama. Congrats on the 1K, Gaz. Thank you very much, mate. And I agree. I am skipping through them, but come on, ANC. Let's just let it slide, man. For once. How about for a change? How about for a change? You just don't be asshole.
A dick.
I mean, I know you get your kicks out of it, but inevitably there's always somebody at the end of it that receives the shit, the upset, the crap, and it's always at somebody else's expense. It's only funny when the two people find it funny. It ain't funny when it's one-sided. I know your group finds it funny, but that just shows the mentality of you all, doesn't it? Seems someone's popularity is winning.
Whining.
That banner's coming to yours real soon.
Oh, God. How's the fish tank, Kopi?
The thing, right? We've never been popular. There's every reason why you could be. Just change and just. You've got a beautiful pond, beautiful fish, and I would imagine that when you get to know you, you're both really nice people. So why not? It's got to be hard work to be an asshole 24/7. So why not try change it up a little bit and put it all to bed? Let's get a proper. People must sit here every week in, week out, and think the koi community is just full of dickheads because everybody bitches at each other, everybody backstabs each other, everybody says something about someone, everybody's got an opinion about someone. When really, it don't need to be that way. We should all be able to get to a group on a show or an event or whatever and have a mass group photo and a chat with each other and talk about fish and talk about koi and talk about what we're doing, what we're planning, what we're doing for the future and where we want to see the community grow and go and move this whole lot to one side and enjoy it for what it is. It's keeping fish and that's all it needs to be about and enjoy it. I think
100%.
it just needs to, for me.
Sorry, I've got my phone.
That's the fun side of it. The bitching side is no fun at all. I hate
It is. And there's reasons for a lot of people doing what they're doing of late because of it. It's just all I'm saying is the past is the past, and it takes a bigger man to move forward and move on. So why not? Why not just
What's happened. You can't do anything about it. Move on.
DT's got laughing faces, but I'm not.
Oh, he would have.
Love it, Gaz. Oh, did you like the new bullshit statement of the week?
Yeah, that was quite cool.
Bet you're glad I did that image. I hope you like the bit I added to it. Well said, Gaz, on the banner, on the back banner. Yeah. Oh, change the record. Yeah, agree. We don't do YouTube to be popular. Some might. So what? Right. Come on, jump on with us. Click on link. Come on and tell us what you come on. What do you do? What do you do YouTube for? Bring yourself on. Come on and have a chat with us. Tell us why you actually do YouTube and what it is that you get from what you're doing. I can let Vince go down into the bottom for a little bit, and you come
I
on.
can go. I don't mind. Whatever.
Well,
They want to come on.
But you're more than welcome to come on and tell it as, you know, why do you do YouTube? I know why you do YouTube. You obviously enjoy it, and you obviously enjoy sharing your fish that you've got. Lovely pond, lovely fish. Bang out some good videos, good content. I enjoy watching them. So I mean, you know, it's there. It's worth watching. So why not do the full hog and do it to become popular? I mean, you've got a popular channel. You've got enough subscribers. So why the hell not go the full hog and totally enjoy it like everybody else does? Busy Bee says, I'm totally amazed that other YouTubers put up with this passive aggressive bullshit in their lives. I would say, to be fair, a lot of the stuff that they do is, or what they say, it's not real bad, but it does push buttons. And I think it's hard work to continue being the same way you do it. It's got to be, surely to God. But, and
what annoys me personally is I've been accused of putting digs in my videos and everything else. And I'll be totally honest, the only time ANC come into my fucking head is when they do shit like this on a live, or they put up fucking inflammatory community posts with, what's the word I'm looking for? Stuff that's not right anyway, stuff that isn't true.
I think, to be fair, I think it could all be put to bed. And the community, I mean, you don't like someone, they might not like you. Fair enough. But if you've not nice to say, then say no. I mean, it's hard work to be the other way, I personally think. So
that's an old saying, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
if you've got no good to say, then say nothing at all.
say no. That's definitely an old saying from somewhere.
It is, man.
My nan used to say that.
Yeah, what is Twisted One's channel?
Twisted Koi.
Twisted Koi, mate, yeah.
And you have that we can't take from you. We've got loads of mugs. You have tons of them. Way more than me. Way more than a lot of other people. But you collect them, don't you? Because it's a collectible item. If somebody turned around and said to you, get rid of my cup, would you?
But that's it. They started the mug thing, and it's become something really good and something really fucking popular within the community.
Yeah,
so
100%, and it was definitely 100%. They were one of the first people that started.
Yeah.
That I saw doing a collection. So
yeah, there's no bones about it. They started it.
Why remove them? Why remove the collection? You started the collection. People are going to try one up you and get more to beat you. I mean, can't tell people to not do what they're doing for something you started. We got a thanks eggs from Jaja. I hope I'm saying that right. Tokyo One says, hello lads, well done reaching 1,000. Well done, guys. What's the prize on the Grown Show? As of yet,
What's the prize on the Grow and Show shower?
What's the prize on the Grow Shower?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you'll be the winner, but that's something that me and George from Wakefield Koi, we're going to come up with a prize for. What I wanted to do, first of all, was to get a confirmation of how many people would be interested in actually purchasing one and being in it. And we've got.
Did you mention the prize, Gaz?
Well, I would like to give a prize to somebody that.
No, price.
A prize.
Did you all
yeah, they're £80 per fish. £80 each. Which,
I must have missed that somewhere.
And there's some lovely shower there.
22 to 28 cm, but he is overwintering them, and he can overwinter them, and he is feeding them up, and he is feeding them Sakai Akara, so they're on good stuff, and I've seen it personally. So,
proper stuff.
Yeah. So the likelihood is when everybody that does want one, if it's the vast majority, can't put one in because of the temperatures right now, he is prepared to keep them and hold them till such time being fed up. So the likelihood is they're going to be bigger than what you pick when you pick them on the day.
What was the breeder again, Gary?
It's Now, I'm not sure how I say this 100%, but is it KSI?
Kasai.
Yeah.
K-A-S-I. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but he's the breeder. There was
I used to have a lovely Kasai Shiro. Sorry.
Imported by Ricky Stoddard and picked up from
Wakefield Koi.
From what's his place called?
Koi Wholesale.
That's the one.
Yeah, Ricky, yeah.
Yeah, so good stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
If anybody's interested in anybody wants to be a part of it, just drop me an email. The email is gazzaskoipond1@virginmedia.com. You can find that in my about section on my YouTube channel. So if everybody is interested and everybody wants to be a part of it, hook me up. We've got 50 fish for definite. So it's only going to be a small growing show. Easy for me to manage.
I've said from the videos and the pictures you showed me, Gaz, there is some fucking stunning shower in there.
There is, yeah. There's some very nice ones. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can all pick and get a decent fish out of it. And the main thing is, they're a nice fish, toe size from 22 to 28 cm. That's a decent size to be starting off with. Some of that you can end up having a really nice fish from. So,
yeah, definitely.
Straight in the go on tank. 20 degrees, bosh.
Yeah. Well, if we're going to do it, and there are people that are heated, then we'll have to have two categories: heated and unheated. So, at least it makes it fair. So they could.
Yeah, but when they go into the big pond, they're not heated. So.
Well, you'll have to have that third category then: partially heated and lukewarm.
Yeah. Lukewarm. That's the what? It ain't half hot, 1 minute. Something lukewarm.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me the other day, what old programs did you used to like? I said, Love Thy Neighbour. We'll put that back on now.
Carlos says he's seen a video on YouTube doing the smash the door in.
Yeah.
We got someone new in. Crypt Keeper Aquatics.
Is what?
He's from across the pond. He's a YouTuber. Does tropicals.
Who does?
Crypt Keeper Aquatics. He's just joined in with the chat.
Oh, sweet! Thank you very much for joining us. I don't get to see these until I'm thousands behind.
It's normal. Phones just pick back up.
It's not that sort of channel. Some YouTubers don't show their ponds. You do?
What?
Oh, you're not meaning you. Oh shit. Oh dear. Never mind.
I thought that was the idea.
I'll jump back. Well, yeah. I mean, it's not much of a koi channel if you don't show your pond and don't show your fish.
You put them kids to bed, DT, first.
That's no fun, Gaz, and he loves it. Look at his face. You get the kicks from it. That's what it is. You sat there like he's. Ooh, I've fucked him off again. Ooh, I've fucked somebody else off again. You fucking love it, mate. You're all about the bastard drama, but I get it. I mean, we're nearly at 1,500 subs. I thought you were above that. Yeah, I just twigged. I'm trying to find. Has anybody got any questions anybody would like to ask any of the panel?
Yeah.
That'll get you for a bit. DT, I hardly comment now. CBA with it all. As Gaz just said, it's about keeping koi. You're right, mate. 100%. It is. That's the way it should be.
It's a koi community.
Oh. Gutted. You're the reason this world is like it is. The thing is, though, right, you're going to get it. You're going to get it from everybody when you give it out. So, I mean, I hope you don't mind me putting some of these up. Because, but, yeah, if you ever do want to come on and join us and tell us why you do what you do, that'd be fun. I get some.
Yeah, that's nice. Fill us in.
People have subtle digs and ours are not subtle. Yeah, that's one thing you would never be accused of not being subtle. That's for sure. 100%.
One thing I was going to ask you, Vince, my big show Chagoy has come out with that, was it pineapple thingy, whatever they look like?
Oh, pine cone it. Oh, dropsy.
No, that's Dropsy, isn't it? Who's got that? What are you
My big show Chagoy's got noticed today.
Shit.
I mean, in that temperatures, there's nothing in the summer, nothing at all. As soon as temperatures drop now, bosh. So what's going up, you know?
To be honest, mate, I lost one about a week or so ago when it was really cold. It was an old Sankey male.
Right,
yeah.
I am tempted to take him out and put him in the warmer tank.
Well, he was pine coning. He was laying on the bottom on his side. Gills rider moving. I euthanized
Have you thought
him.
about a salt bath?
That's the next thing, Vince, is salt bath him, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still coming up with a bit of crab stick, so he is still eating, but it's just driving me. I can't believe me flipping biggest shows, Ginrin Chagoys come out with that lot.
Yeah.
I think if it's one of the smaller ones, they wouldn't survive, but he seems to be taking it in his stride, like. But
what temperature is your pond sitting at the moment?
it's at 10 tonight.
So it's not too bad in temperature wise then in that respect.
No, that's what I mean. So I can't believe it. I mean, all the summer I've had nothing. The show, everything. The temperature's just come down and then bosh. I like,
that's exactly
where'd that come from?
I know some people would put them in a PP bath, but I would say a salt bath would be better because I think PP bath would be too harsh.
Yeah.
Am I right in saying when they get to the pine coning stage, that's when they're retaining water because they can't go through? Is it
I think the
osmosis. The osmosis. It's normally kidney failure, isn't it? Because they can't get it out.
Salt can relieve that.
But I thought once you started to see the pine, it was the latter stages of it, and normally difficult to get that turned around from that stage.
But I think I was speaking to someone, I can't remember who it was, and I think he said there were 3 or 4 different bits to do with the pine coning which you can actually resolve. But I'll have to speak to him again and find out what he said, because there is certain ways that you can help resolve it. Because I thought same as you, as soon as you get to the pine coning, then unfortunately, it's best to do what's best for the fish.
Yeah, I mean, he's over 60 centimetres long. He's like, I've had the longest out of any of them, and it's like, I just could not believe when I saw that. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Fucking devastating.
It's sickened, mate. Gutted.
Yeah, I mean, he got a first at the last show, and I just couldn't like, oh, for God's sake.
No, look at Davey, Black Country Koi bloke.
Yeah.
He had that Sakura Ogan off me. He won at the show with it, and he lost it, didn't he?
Yeah. But I would have never took them fish out of that paddling pool and back into that pond with the rest of them.
Yeah, hindsight though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's always 2020, isn't it?
Yeah, me personally though, after all the problem we had with them big fish, I would not have put them back in that pond with the others.
Yeah.
Because he was going to put them in the lake, whatever it was, and then he started to put them in the sleeper pond. But, just one of the things, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, mate. It's. I've had it twice. I've had 2 fish. I've spoken about this once before. I got it with a Ceragoy, and the Ceragoy I lost it. But it was through the winter months, pond slightly iced over, and I didn't really get a chance to notice it. When I did notice, I thought, God damn, that fish has done some growing this winter. And then when I really had a good look and thought, whoa, what's wrong with that? It's whole pine cone, all its scales are all. I did take it out. I give it a salt bath. I tried that. I give it a one again 2 days after, and then the following morning, I found it was dead.
Davey!
Yeah, I knew it would be him. I had another one then that got it, was one of my fancy goldfish. The fancy goldfish got it, and it got it at the back end of last winter. And I left it be just for us, because it were only sort of towards the back end of its body that was scaling up and lifting up. And I thought, well, fingers crossed, that'll be, you know, it might not be too bad. Throughout the full summer months, it were fine. And then started coming up towards the end of this winter, or the beginning of this winter, and I came out one morning, it were dead. So even when you do see it, or it does kind of cure itself, it looks like it comes, well, for me, it came back on that particular fish.
Yeah.
So it would appear that it's not something, well, from my experience, that you can do a great deal with. And what I've read up on as well, you don't seem like you can do a great deal with.
I've never seen it.
Have you thought about perhaps trying to give it a little bit of any antibiotics or anything like that you can bang on?
Yeah,
through?
I mean, I've run out of me antibiotics, which is a pain in the neck. Just typical. I haven't bothered throughout the winter because I've had nothing at all. And then when I need it, I've run out. So it's my own fault, really. But
hopefully, fingers crossed, mate. Well, look at that. I've just noticed. I haven't seen it go above that now, but we've got 100 views right now at present. 45 thumbs up. If you can do it, that's 101. There we go. That's, I think, the most views I've ever had at any one time. So thanks very much for everybody who's tuned in. There has been a little bit of drama, but nothing too major. But it is what it is. As my dad likes to say, there's a prick in every rose bush.
so you can get tallness ones now.
Potato. Carlos says, I was going to do a channel with my son, and as always, we're always doing bits and bobs around the pond, but it's too toxic. Hey, don't let anybody else.
No, just do it. Just do it.
You want to
Carlos,
do.
go for it, bro.
Going to enjoy it. Go for it, mate.
Yeah, just do it.
We all get us crap from time to time, and that's what the delete button's for. Everybody says, I don't delete. I know you don't. Some don't. Some do. And at the end of the day, it's your channel, mate, to do with whatever you choose and however you please. There is no set rules. The functions wouldn't be there if they weren't meant to be used. So
the good you get back from it far outweighs any of the bad.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Thick skin, broad shoulders, you'll be great.
That's it. That's it, mate. Rice says, hey ups, Gaz. Gaz Bud, thanks so much for the shout out. Very much appreciated. Sorry I didn't get back earlier. Been driving. Much appreciated to all those who sub. My pleasure, mate. And like I said, I don't know if you missed it earlier on, mate. I will get a cop out to you tomorrow, but not promise.
Yeah, you'll have to send me his link through Telegram, Gaz.
Yes, we'll do, mate. We'll do. Now then. Cryptic Koiki says, hey, ANC, Koyage, Shrubs, Skeg, Cushet, West Brom, Coy, Busy, Simon, Carlos, DT. There's a list for you. Thanks very much for joining us and all, mate. Appreciate it. I'll let you've read all them. Coy Central says, I'm off, Gaz, up at 4. And to be honest, the chat is starting to piss me off. Take it easy, all. Decent people in the chat, and hopefully mods can clean out the shit next week. Peace, Vince. Thanks very much, mate. Thanks for joining us, bud.
Take it easy, Matt.
Hello, Crypt from Skeg. See you, KC from Skegs. Skeg from Coy Central.
Hang on.
I think it's done.
There we go. I'm in New York. I have mostly freshwater shrimp, but do you have some freshwater fish as well?
But do have some freshwater fish.
He does have some freshwater fish as well.
Have some freshwater fish as well.
Yeah, I knew he was on the tropical side of things.
Another channel. I've got so many over there, even from Chris Stubbs. Check out his channel, guys.
The amount of American channels I've got because of Stubbsy, it's unreal.
Yeah, I got a fair few followers from Chris Stubbs overnight. So thank you very much to all those that joined and subscribed.
That's what I was going to say to you, Gaz. There's a channel that you might like, British channel, and he's called Aquarium Daily.
Aquarium Daily?
he does tropicals and stuff.
Sweet. You have to send me a link. For, oh, well, remind me. Just remind me in chat later on and just send me a link, man. I'll look it up. Just trying to see. Oh, we're back. There we go. You're back, babe.
Yeah.
You got your headphones out now, so there's no background noise.
Hey, I didn't think Amish were allowed to use technology.
I beg your pardon. At least I can get straight walls. Yeah,
there we go. This is definitely Crafty Koi says, hi guys. Can you plug a raffle for Coda Gin Rin Achieva? Just giving stroke Crafty Koi's tickets are £5 and all proceeds go to the SS. There you go, mate.
Crafty, come on the channel, Crafty.
Come as if you want, mate. Come and give it a shout.
Yeah, come and join us, Crafty. Crafty, I've got one problem there. I would love to, but you're doing it through Facebook, and I don't have Facebook.
But I don't know if I've
problem.
Because I really would love to join in with it, because Safa have helped me quite a lot in the past. So it is a very, very worthwhile charity. For people who are out there who don't know who Safa is, it's something to set up for the armed forces, and they help people with the armed forces, people that come out of the armed forces and stuff. Very, very worthwhile charity. So yeah, go and get involved, guys.
The fish has come from Ricky at Koi Wholesale.
Yes, it has. Crafty himself actually went to Koi Wholesale and picked it out with Ricky. So yeah, it is a cracking fish.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Mm.
Just sorry, Saskia, I'm not trying to select through or just not show anybody's ANC. It's just a nasty person with nothing good to say. See, the vast majority of people think along the same lines, which is yes, there we go. So I'm not trying to cause shit. I'd much rather people put this shit to bed and move forward and move on. There we go. Crafty's here. There we go.
Yay!
Crafty.
Tell us all we need to know, mate. Feel free. Whatever you've got going on. Hang about. You're muted. Are you muted because I've muted you, or your mic's muted your side, bud? You got your mic muted, mate. You'll have to go into your settings and unmute it. I can't do it for you. That's your camera.
Should be at the bottom next to camera, Crafty.
Oh, hang about. It says not unmute there. Unmute your guest. Your guest mic's not connected. You didn't have your mic connected, mate. Might have to go with you. You might have to get your tank headset on. Hopefully if he jumps back in, we can get him back in and let him give him a shout out. Let him bring up this. But yeah, if anybody's interested, I'm guessing this is something that's been done on Facebook. We've been saying what he did. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get a few people involved in that one, because it'd be real nice if we could. Especially
yes, it would. And in response to the comment that's further down in the comments, I don't need someone to buy me a ticket, ANC. I just need to find some way of getting a ticket without going through fucking Facebook. So keep your comments to yourself. Thank you very much. I don't need people to buy me stuff. If I need to get something, I'll save and buy it me fucking self. So keep your dicks to yourself, all right? Because you're nothing special. You're a scaffolder and I want to be a fucking teacher. So do one. Sorry, Gaz.
It's all right, mate. I understand your frustration, but at the end of the day, there's only so much somebody can take, isn't there? And I've said, you don't have to feel bad for airing what your opinions are, mate. At the end of the day, they're airing theirs. So why shouldn't you come back with something?
I'm sick of it. I've had enough. I've publicly on YouTube apologized for something that was said on a private chat group. Not publicly said, privately said.
Yeah.
And because I didn't say it the way you wanted me to say it, according to you, I'm a fucking racist. Well, do one, because you're immature and you need to grow up. Get a fucking life and leave me the fuck alone.
I'd agree, 100%, mate. At the end of the day, it's in the past. It's done. It needs to be forgotten about and move on, man. It's as lots of people, the whole community, not just me. There's loads of people. There's comments. I mean, you can read these for yourself. I know. They're there. People aren't interested. They're not happy with it, and nobody wants to hear it. Now, I don't want to have to be that guy that bans someone or kicks you out because you want to have an opinion or you want to have a dig. But if I have to, I will.
Yes.
Let's just leave it there. If there's one more come up, you're gone permanent. And I don't want to have to do that because I do believe that you can have some very good banter and you can have a good laugh. And I'm some of the stuff I do think you go too far with, but I think most of the time you can have a laugh, mate. So, well, I don't know if it's however it's Ash, but I do believe that you can have a good bit of a banter. And I'd rather the banterish side of things than the personal insults and digs. There's just no need. So, any more comments, as they are, insulting any more of my guests on my show, and I'm sorry, but you're going to be banned. I don't want to have to be that guy, but if you put me in a corner, I'm going to have to do. So, it is what it is. I didn't want it all to be about what it's been, but I would much rather it be a positive, upbeat five guys.
I was looking forward to a good evening this evening, but it has been a good evening, but it's been spoiled. You know, we should be celebrating your 1,000 subscribers tonight.
It needs a banner.
We have. Well, there we go. Behind me. Just
yeah.
Yeah, we're just waiting for a certain Crafty to sort his sound out to come back on.
Yeah. Once Crafty gets back in.
Oh no, these big YouTubers, they can't work a camera.
Well, what you should have done, Gaz, is you should have just got your 1,000 subs just at beginning of January, and you could have kept your lights up in your back and had them flashing for your 1,000 subs.
Sparkling away. It would have been good. Yeah.
Put them back up.
I'll just bring this one back up. There you go. Yorkshire, he's having a break, mate. I'll be honest. He's having a break because of a lot of the toxic shit that's out there. And it's led to a situation which has led to where we are. So it's not purely all of it. There are other reasons behind, which we'll leave there. Hopefully, fingers crossed, when he comes back, it'll be a fresh, better, brighter. And,
oh, right. Yeah.
There we go. We're back. Now then.
Is he back now?
Yay!
Is it better that way?
Bring his comment back up.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Hear me now. Hear me now, wicked.
Madness. Right, so thanks very much, guys, I'm just going to pop on, not for too long, but thanks for plugging. For Vince, I've put the link through Facebook. I know you haven't got Facebook. If you just go to Just Giving and then put in Crafty Koi in the search bar, it'll bring up the actual raffle that we're running.
Oh, that'd be fucking awesome, mate.
So for those people that don't know, Ricky Stoddart at Koi Wholesale, I got in touch with him. Well, he actually got in touch with me. We had a bit of a chat. He invited me up to his place, done a bit of a video for him, and he donated a Coda Ginrin Achiba, and it was picked by me. I was with Alan Tate. Those people that don't know, Alan Tate is the head judge for all of the Koi shows in the UK.
Oh, Alan Tate, yeah.
And I actually said to him when I was there, I said, right, we're going to be picking one of the Achiba. I said, what I want you to do is select a fish. I don't want you to tell me which fish it is because I wanted to test what my eye was against the head judge UK for all the Ginrid Achiba that was floating around in that pond. So I picked it out, and lo and behold, it was between one of two. And when we looked at both, the one that I picked was the better one. So it's got a real nice body. The structure of that fish, the picture and the video don't actually do it justice. The depth in that fish and the volume for a 40, I think it's 41 or 42 cm. It's chunky, man, and you can see that it's got potential in the right environment, good feeding regime in the right pond with the right temperatures. You've got a good weight. I reckon people will get that to 80 cm, if I'm honest.
Sweet.
And it's a Ginrin Coda. All tickets are a £5. If you go on to Just Giving /Crafty Koi, if you want to buy 10 tickets, just put 50 quid in there, and I'll put 10 raffle tickets in for people to pick out. I think I had a look about an hour ago, and there was 62 entries. But you know, if you don't win it, it's a good chance for even if you want to put a £5 in. That fish would retail quite high as well in a retailer.
Yeah.
Know, so it's,
Serious money.
Yeah, real serious, and you know, Ricky's generosity, man, it's amazing. You know, I don't know anyone that would donate some of that quality.
So Lee's bought them 62 tickets in, has he?
Nah, Lee don't like Achiever, mate. That's why I picked it. You know what it's like, mate.
Can you do me a favour? Can you
Yes,
forward me all this information? One, so I can share a community post for you, and two, I can put it on my Facebook group as well. And hopefully,
yeah, cool. What's your Facebook? What's your Facebook, Gaz?
Gaz's Koi Pond for the Facebook group for obviously the same as, and then my email address is in my about on here. Just drop us an email with all details, mate, and I'll post you a link to both.
Oh,
and then
perfect.
That'll drive you a little bit more your way too. It's not a massive channel, mate, but you know.
No, every little helps, mate. You know, at the end of the day, you know, I've just put a post on my Facebook page, Crafty Koi Facebook page, and just reminding people that SAFA supports soldiers in service and out of service. And it's not just about those that are injured in conflict. It's about supporting their families. You know, I almost lost a friend through brain cancer 2 years ago, and say almost, he got given the all clear last year, but SAFA really helped him and his family to deal with that. And one of my best friends was injured, seriously injured in Afghanistan. And SAFA have really helped him along the way as well. So, but we've got to remember that our soldiers are not just there for conflict. They're there when our homes are getting flooded. They're there when ambulance fire will go on strike. They're taking over the ambulance driving, you know, tackling the fires, you know, and during COVID, they was out there administering COVID tests to, you know, help the NHS as well. So they don't get a choice. You get told what you're doing in the army. It's not a voluntary service. It's like guys,
you're doing it.
You're in off leave. We're going to go and fight some fires or stick cotton buds at people's nostrils to see if they've got the lurgy. Do you know what I mean? So
very worthwhile and trustworthy cause, mate. 100%. Got my backing.
Yeah, without that. And congratulations on your 1,000 as well, Gus.
Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it.
Much deserved, mate. You just got to keep plugging. And I heard what you said earlier, and that there was someone that put a post saying that he wanted to go on YouTube, but he felt it was too toxic. And that, well, you know, I don't want to bring the subject up. I heard Summit as I was coming back on, but I'm totally against all of that toxicity. You choose your own friends. If you can't be friends with each other, don't talk to each other.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that. You choose your own company, and you know, at the end of the day, the only thing that you do by getting into these silly arguments is damage the koi community that we build on YouTube and your own brand, and it's just not worth it. You know,
100%.
It's simple. You know, there's too many of us doing good things, you know, for it to be destroyed by those that just want to constantly poke around at people and create reaction. There's just no need for it.
It just makes me think that sometimes when you're walking down through any of these events, where you're walking past people in public, what they must think of us, because at the end of the day, half the time, a lot of us look stupid because of this kind of carry on, and it's
the best thing to do is just not get involved with it. I have not got involved. I've said my piece from time to time, which is just stop. It's embarrassing for you guys, not me, but people that participate in it. Just don't do it. Just ignore it, and it'll go away. You know. But hey, so how's the farm coming on anyway? Anything good happening up there?
Yeah, making progress. Yeah, installing another 4 ponds at the moment. So Hopefully,
How
I get
many
them
is
all.
that in total now?
God knows, about 15, I think.
Are you in a polytunnel?
Yeah, I've got, is it 5 in the polytunnel? I think 5 or 6 in the polytunnel, and about 4 or so in the koi house. All the rest are outside.
Yeah, I'm looking for this year. My pond's nearly complete. I've just got to do the final bit of plumbing and drop the Nexus in now.
I was about to say, Pond Crafty, where's the latest update? I haven't seen one.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm saving up some of the filming that I've done because it's quite intermittent at the minute. So rather than just put a video out now and then, YouTube don't support me when I do that. So it's best to drop it regularly so the analytics and the algorithms can pick you up and start boosting your posts. So I've got to look after my brand at the same time. That's why I keep putting a couple of little shorts on just to keep a taster going. But windows are in, the veranda's up, what's that thing called?
Veranda?
The thing that goes over the top.
Pergola.
Pergola. It's late, man. I've been up since 4. Yeah, the pergola's up. I've just got to get the electrics done for the UFO lights over the top. And I'm actually building a wooden structure around the top part of my filter house now because I thought to myself, if I ever want to change it, I can just take the bloody roof off and take it out then. And I can't be asked knocking more stuff down. But within the next 2 or 3 weeks, that will be completed. And then as March comes, I'll have a load of material to start dropping onto YouTube. And then following that, I'm then building, I think, 3 smaller vats at the back of my pond. And then I'm going to start doing some growing on and a little bit of appreciation and showing the development of each fish. So I'm going to be documenting each fish that I've got. I've already got 6 Achiba from Koi Water Barn, which were from the Super Mango line, I think.
Nice.
So
that'd be
they've
nice.
got potential. Yeah, that should be quite good. And I've also had a few little chats with some contacts that I can't say because nothing's come about it yet. But I don't want to clang people if they don't deliver. But yeah, and then from there, I've also got a pitch for. The reason why I was so interested in your polytunnel is that I've got a pitch where I can put a polytunnel. So probably end of this year, polytunnel will go up, and then I'll start moving some of the bigger fish up there and then growing them on even more, so I can keep that development going. You know, that's the way my channel's going anyway. So
Crafty, knowing the way that your hobby is going with the quality of the fish that you're going to be having, was you not considering putting a drum in as opposed to the Nexus?
No, not at all.
No.
No, if I'm honest, Vince, I'm not a lover of drums. I think that they've got their place for the right person. When I get to 65 and I have a job getting out of my bloody chair, I think that's when I'm going to consider the pond to run itself. But I think the Nexus unit, I mean, mine's only a 300. It's second-hand, cost me 450 quid. But it will do a job on the size pond that I've got, and it will deliver.
Definitely.
It'll have a great biofilter in it. It's got a good mechanical filter, but cleaning that out is part of understanding of what's going on in your pond, in my belief.
Yeah. That's why I've got a 210 on mine because I enjoy going out checking it, and every 2 days cleaning it, and it's a routine. It's good for my brain. So
I mean, obviously, the more food you. Sorry, dude, go on.
That gives you an idea of what's happening in the pond when you look at all the
totally does. You know, in my opinion, I mean, the more you feed, the more they're going to crap, and the more waste you're going to get. But you need some sort of bad bacteria to feed the good bacteria. So when I see these guys' YouTube channels, I won't name and shame anyone, but when they're saying they've got 0 nitrite, 0 ammonia, well, I'm just waiting for your filter to fall through the floor and all your fish start fucking getting poorly, because it's impossible. You should not be sitting on a 0 reading. You should have a minuscule amount, but just enough for the balance for your filter to keep that water healthy for your fish to thrive.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah, 100%.
And a lot of people,
For me, it's
like,
part of the hobby, isn't it? It's all part of the
100%.
hobby. I mean, I get it. I get why people, and if you had a massive pond with some big 90s and 80 cm fish in it, you need a good filter system. And obviously, it'd be very difficult. You'd be doing it every 2 minutes, wouldn't you, if you were using a product. But when you've got something like mine, for me, that's all part of the hobby. Going out there and having my Saturday morning tinkering shed, cleaning my filters, having a natter with my friends while I'm doing it, and we're all doing the same thing. It's all part of it.
But what you got to remember is just because it's part of your hobby doesn't make it part of somebody else's hobby.
No,
You know, so it's what people want that matters, so it don't matter if you're going to run a box filter or a multi-bay filter with 300 bays that the water passes through. If that's what people want to do and it works for them, then crack on. At the end of the day, it's a variation of what we do for keeping fish. It's better to have a variation than everyone doing the same thing. Otherwise it'd be very boring for everyone to have exactly the same kit for the
100%.
exactly the same hobby. It's
100%.
like whether people like in-ground ponds, built-up ponds without windows, pond with windows, verandas overlooking the pond, or windows underneath the pond. If that's what they want, let them have it.
It's your pond. That's what you want.
Yeah, that's totally right.
That makes us all individuals. If we're all saying it'd be bloody boring, wouldn't it?
100%, man. And it don't matter if you've got 300 different size tanks with 300 different type filters and pumps and wires hanging everywhere and pipes going into next door's garden, down the road a bit and then back up. That's what you want to do it.
You should have seen my first ever setup.
But the thing is, people are far too critical of what other people do.
Well, doing,
at the end of the day, if that's what they enjoy, and if they want to go on YouTube and document that, then who is anyone to say that that's shit? No, no one should, because at the end of the day, everyone's got different budgets, right? I haven't got a pocket full of cash. But the money that I do get, I enjoy. If I had a massive bank account, I'd have a fucking bigger pond than I've got now, and I'd have a lot more expensive fish. But I haven't. So the way that I'm doing is going cheap, grow them on, and enjoy it by watching the development. And then if I can find one gem out of 50 fish, and I can show one fish and win a prize, I'll be happy.
Well, that's what it's all about. We all start somewhere, don't we? Even like I started, I don't know, about 15 years ago with a truck tank. Then it all just stems from there, doesn't it? It stems from wherever you get as big as you want, and as long as you enjoy the hobby, it doesn't matter what the next person thinks, does it? You're blogging, like I've started blogging again, but I just thought, it's something for the family to see, and with all the COVID stuff, it's hard for families to join together. So if you can do something where they can at least see you, see what you're doing, it's just a nice thing, isn't it?
Just to say, it's all about the journey.
And something that is the best part for me. This hobby, mate, is for those people that have watched my channel right from day one.
I have.
I know you was my first sub, actually, Vince.
I know it was.
Yeah. So my pond was no more than 2 foot deep. Right, and it was an L shape, and actually when I ripped it down there was 2 liners, and I was getting so many issues with parasites that only when I took the top liner up did I find a load of old fish shit in there. No wonder, it's just a pure breeding ground for parasites to come up and infect me fish after every time I post it.
Definitely.
It was just
I'm sorry to interrupt, but my battery's about to die, so I'm gonna have to jump off.
All right,
1%.
Thanks for joining us, bud. Appreciate it.
Catch you later.
Catch you in a bit.
But you go from throwing a few fish in that you buy from a garden centre, right? Think, they're really nice. Buy a few more fish, not actually realise that the smallest little filter that you've got, the little box filter with a couple of black pieces of media and a couple of bits of sponge in there, you don't really know what it does. You just think it filters shit out. So you wash it out. So you add loads more fish, and then before you know it, you you dose it with loads of food, and then your filter's not good enough. But you don't know nothing about the filtration until all your fish start dying. And then you start looking into it a little bit more, and then you get into it, and then rather than buying loads of little fish, you think I'll buy a few more bigger fish because they'll be more hardy, and then you lose them, or the heron comes and eats them like they did with me. I had a very high quality Akamatsuba from NND. It was only when I was just starting to get into the Japanese stuff, and I went down to Perfect Aquatics, and it was there, mate, and I fell in love with this fish immediately, and I was like, yeah, he said this is a very high quality fish, and I tell you what, it was lovely. You know, I'd had my pond for about 2 years and no issues. It had a roof over it, old fence panels, believe it or not. And I woke up one morning and half of my fish had gone out my pond, and there was a big white spludge of heron crap all over me patio. So I tried my best at the time because I had no net. I didn't even have one like on standby. So we made a barricade out of garden ornaments and plants and stuff. Next morning, 4 o'clock, I got and the heron was stood there gulping down my Akamatsuba, man. It cost a few £100 and all, man. I was fuming. Most expensive sushi it's ever had. And it cleaned me out with the exception of 2 or 3 fish. And at that point, I was like, right, I need to really understand what I'm doing here because I'm wasting.
I wouldn't have let the fucker fly out the garden.
Oh, mate, they're quick, isn't it? You know what I mean? I'm fat and old, mate. I struggle to move.
They're not quicker than what you expect them to be for a big bird, aren't they?
But, oh, mate, they can go and they can step up and all, and they're vicious fuckers and all, mate. I tell you, sorry for swearing.
Yeah.
But they are, vicious, you know? And even people...
I've got a beak on them.
Yeah. I see a video where a heron snapped its beak trying to get through perspex on a pond.
Oh, I saw that one. Yeah.
Did you see it? Yeah, mate. It's like, and that, you know, for an heron to snap pure bone, mate, that heron's dead, mate, because that's its hunting spear gone, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It surprised me when I've watched videos on just how big a fish they can actually swallow. A lot bigger than what you'd expect.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I mean, that Akamatsuba, that must
down the neck like no.
That must have been a 42 cm fish.
Fucking hell.
And it had just straight down the hatch, mate,
like it's nothing.
Like that, winked at me, farted, and fucking flew off like a bastard thing. But you know, we live and learn, don't we, mate? You know.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
That's the beauty of the hobby, isn't it? Like you say, you start off. Most people ain't got a clue. You come on, you learn, you develop, and then, as Mike said from Koi Beginnings, you suddenly fall out with all your fish because your tasting fish becomes far more expensive than what your wallet can afford.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, all your fish that you got, you're looking at thinking, God damn.
That's shit. That's shit.
Yeah, but, you know, but I mean, to be honest, I'll tell you who really helped me, and that was Ricky. You know, when he really started to share expert knowledge, because I'm a sucker for a book, I'm a sucker for research, and everyone's got their way of doing things, and there's not necessarily a right or a wrong way. There's ways of working out what's going on, and how you then treat your fish is up to you, in my opinion. You know, you always say, you know, read the bottle, you know what I mean? But it doesn't always work like it says on the bottle, and you try things yourself to try and for the better of your fish.
Work it out, yeah.
You know, but that aside, he is so right for people on a limited budget, because let's face it, it is an expensive man's sport. You know, and and if we want them big like showpieces and that, the chances are extremely small for the likes of you and I to get anything like that. So I thought, let's look at it from the other way. Let's, rather than spend 500 quid on one fish, let's spend 500 quid on 10 fish, grow them on and keep one if I like it. If I don't, give them away or sell them for a small profit, you know? It is what it is.
It wasn't last year, it was the year before.
Like that.
You know, someone said to me, how can you sell fish from your main pond? I'm like, well, because your eye changes and the way you look at them and the way they make you feel changes as you progress.
Yeah.
If you sell them.
I think it depends what you want out of the hobby. You know, if you just want a pond full of lovely fish, then it's not something, you know, you'll see something, you'll love it, you'll whack it in your pond. Some of the fish that I've got will be moved on, but some of them they won't, because they've got sentimental value to me, you know.
Yeah,
I've got fish to move on.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important, because otherwise you're never gonna. I mean, for me, I want to learn about a fish, so I've got a nice Taniguchi Sankey that I bought at Newark last year. I want to see how that develops this year, because I'm obviously going to a heated pond. God, I choose my times. You know, when energy prices are through the roof, and is it 20% on water now? Fucking, I haven't even had a pay rise. You know what I mean? But yeah. But the thing is, it's I don't smoke, I don't drink, I take loads of drugs prescribed, nothing else. But you know, if it's going to cost me £10 a day to run a pond, it's cheaper than a packet of 20 fags.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you're looking at 20 quid for a packet of fags now.
I know. It's also, yeah, I was talking to Lee Hadfield, mate. He's like, "How much 20 fags?" I said, "I know, I don't smoke." So I went on to Amazon and had a look what they sell them for.
Yeah, you're looking at almost 20 quid for a packet of 20.
20 tailor-mades, mate, you know? Madness. 20 quid.
I
Imagine how many koi you can buy
smoke.
with that.
Yeah, I used to smoke years ago, and when it became more than the cost it was costing me for a gallon of fuel, I went, that's it. And the lads I was working with, "See, you having a fag, Nige?" "No." "What?" I said, "No, not now. Not now they're more than the gallon of fuel. I ain't doing it." And that was back in 80... Well, wait, no, 93.
But yeah, that would have been when I was like 79p for 10 fags. I remember I come from a single parent family, right? Raised by my old man. Bless his heart, he's gone now. But I used to get free school dinners, but I never ever told my old man. So he used to give me £1.20 for dinner. And every day I'd go down the local shop, mate, and buy myself 10p and H. You know what I mean?
10p and H, can of Coke.
That's it, 10p and H. Yeah, that was exactly right. Like, and then like I'd have 10 fags every single day, mate. But I smoked like a trooper until about 3 years ago, I got diagnosed with cancer. And, yeah, I got wrongly diagnosed with cancer.
No, that's even worse.
Oh, I don't know, mate. I think having cancer is worse than being wrong.
Yeah, I know, but what I mean is
in your brain.
It was a bloody kick in the stomach, like, because you know it depends who you are. I was very positive about it all. The only lifeline I had, that 6 months later they said to me, "No, whatever your doctor told you, he was speaking a load of crap, like, because it weren't there." So from that point, mate, I was like smoking rollies. I stopped immediately. You know, and it's amazing when you get them news, mate, what it does to you. It's like, nah, I'm trying to cut that out now. You know?
I struggle, me. I struggle. On the vape, way too much vape even now.
Did it make a difference to your health? Do you feel better for it for not smoking now? Can you tell a difference?
Oh, yeah. Well, I stopped before. I stopped for a couple of years before, right? And I was living down in London, and I put on a hell of a lot of weight. And
never mind.
My brother said to me, "Went fuck me, and he said, you and I've put some fucking wad on, like." And I was like, "Mate, I can't stop eating." Like, he said, "Well, the thing is, mate, if it ain't the fucking fags that'll kill you, it'll be the Mars bars, you fat bastard." And I was like, straight from that point, I was down the pub. I thought, right, I'm gonna have a fucking cigar from behind there, like drown my sorrows and have a tap. And then one cigar turned into 5 cigars, and them little cafe cremes, and a packet of baccy. I was back on them. Got quite trim again, and then it's like back off them. But yeah, it does. You there's loads more air in your lungs when you stop.
Yeah.
But I'm back to being a fat lad again. But you know, at the end of the day,
that's where my addiction to Haribo's came from. Because instead of smoking, I just did Haribo's. I put them 4.5 stone. I'm like,
yeah. You know something, mate? Haribo's a part of self-induced they're part of my therapy. When I'm not feeling too good mentally because I suffer, yeah, I sit there with a bag of fucking Haribo and just chewing them. It takes my mind off of all the shit that my mind's thinking of because I'm thinking, oh, gummy bears.
The green ones, the green gummy bears are the best ones. That's the best. My favourite apple flavour. They're best.
Yeah, I love all of them, mate. It's like I'm like that. I'm like the fat lad that's like speaks with a squeaky voice when we do it. Wouldn't share them either.
No, I find the thing that chills me out is to put my earphones on and put YouTube on and put either koi channels on or some rallying on, because that's my big passion is rallying. Always has since I was 18.
Like motorsport rallying.
Yeah, proper rallying. I used to do it, and I'm getting back into doing like auto testing just to get my brain back, because I think I'm missing it. And I used to do it years ago, and it's like now I'm almost 58 this year, old man now, and it just gives my brain something to do because I'm not working so much, but my brain's going 600 miles an hour, and I just say anything that calms me down at night. It's just, I mean, I looked up the morning until like 2:30 trying to calm my brain down.
Yeah, I'm very much a night owl.
I just had a private message come through then saying, I love cigs and Haribo's, I'm fucked. Oh God, you were chucking me, mate.
It's all the goodness in the world right there.
Yeah, Weight Watchers.
Down with a pint of Guinness, you'll be all right.
That was good, that mate. You got me again, you shithead.
Well,
Crafty,
I'm trying to give up the smoking. So most of my money goes on my electric for me fucking ponds.
I bet that's fucking extortionate, Vince, for your set.
It's not too bad actually, Crafty. I mean, because I'm running 10,000 Veriflows on the main pond, and the skimmer one's running 30%, which is 24 watts.
Yeah.
Bottom drain's running at 75%. I think it's 56 watts, plus the air pump. And that's
the
just
air pumps that cost a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a EA 120.
So it's blowing a lot then.
Yeah, but I think that you'll find that's using more than my fucking water pumps.
Oh, definitely, without a doubt. You know, if you have a look at Lee Hadfield, I know that he's got quite an expensive air pump with the high flow stuff he's got.
Yeah.
But I tell you, the return that he'll get back on that through running costs, it'll pay for itself within 2 years.
Oh, right.
You know, I mean, I'm in the energy industry. So like energy conservation is something that I do at work. And the running costs of that, you have to invest to save. And it's that old thing. And have I got 600 quid or 1,200 quid for one piece of equipment?
Yeah.
If you can save it, do it, because it will make a difference on your running costs, 100%.
You see, I was quite surprised. I watched Simon's video the other day up North Koi.
Yeah.
Now, he had a Charles Austin air pump that I think was only just a year old, and it's fucked already. And they're not cheap pumps.
Yeah.
Well, if it's not under a year, it'll be under 12 months warranty. I'll be sending that.
Yeah,
back.
so you'll be able to get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
While we've got all five of us here, we've got a question from Crypt Keeper Aquatics. Anyone have any tips for keeping koi ponds for someone like obviously me himself who hasn't kept fish outdoors? Any major differences in process compared to indoor fish keeping?
Yeah, you need a bigger wallet.
Yeah.
We've all been there at the start of things, and you guys are some, you're very impressive than what I am. What would you advise for somebody that was new and getting into the? How would you help someone start to learn a little bit from your mistakes you made in the past?
I think the first things first is that you've got to think of the predator straight away. That's the first thing you've got to think of to prevent your koi from getting snatched by herons or raccoons, probably over there.
Well, Crypt Keeper is in New York, Crafty.
Okay. So yeah, you probably some of the
Drug
some of the
dealers.
toothless crackheads that we see on telly.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate, I had to say it. I was already messing.
Yeah, I was thinking it.
But first things first, I think predators is the main one.
Yeah.
Let's protect your pond. The second one is, given what the temperatures are in New York in the winter, I think that you may have to think about what you do in the winter, because from what I don't know much about New York, but what I do know is they have a bloody heavy cold spell.
Yes.
And you probably will need something indoors to bring your fish in, unless you've got an extremely deep pond outside. And if you do choose to keep them outside, then you need to start thinking of whether you're going to heat. If you're not going to heat, then you need to look at what your water temperatures are and how you then manage your filters with regards to the different seasons and what you need to do on that. That would be my first thing.
And
whatever as well.
Whatever filter you think you need, double it.
Yep. And don't
it's always better to oversize your filter than what
Keep it simple.
is. Yeah, oversize your filter. That is one of the biggest tips that I would ever give anyone.
Yeah.
And don't just settle for the pond that you're going to go slightly bigger. Whatever you think you're going to make.
When you decide what it is you want, look at it and then double it, because you guarantee once you've got that pond built and it's up and running, a couple of months down the line, you'll go,
I think I want it bigger.
I wish I'd made that bigger.
Or I want bigger fish. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, because it's expensive when you build a pond. I promise you.
Yeah.
I think mine's cost about 20,000 so far.
What?
Yeah, with everything I've done.
Ouch.
Yeah. But I expected that, to be honest. It's a majority of it's brand new, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fiberglassing as well, aren't you?
I got that for free. I did. I ain't gonna lie.
No, I know.
But I wonder why. I got it for free.
Got it for free. I got it. I don't want to get into a slagging match with that, but that was a business agreement go bad, and at the end of the day, credit where credit's due. We put it right. So but yeah, I got it for free.
Your windows took long enough, mate, didn't they?
Oh, but again, that's nobody's fault. It was they was put on order, and obviously there was a waiting list anyway. And then what I've got triple laminated glass with beveled edges, and it's deionized on the glass itself, so it's anti-reflection.
Yeah.
So it cost a few quid.
I think it did.
They got delivered over to Jack, and he inspected them. He inspected them for me, bless his heart. And one of them had a big scratch down the centre.
Shit.
And he said, "You can have it if you want it." I was like,
"Fuck off."
No. I don't want to scratch on my glass.
No.
So I sent it back. So I had to pretty much wait for 2 lots of glass to be made. Although there was one pane sitting there, I weren't going to ask Jack to deliver just one glass, because it's a 5-hour round trip for the bloke,
Yeah.
So it did put me back, but it's only time, isn't it? Big pond to get done when it gets done.
If it's worth doing, mate, it's worth doing it right and having it cock on, isn't it? Especially if you're going to put that level.
When you're spending that money, it's got to be right, doesn't it?
It's a project. I'm not lucky like Lee Hadfield, where I can get 101 days off a week. I do a bloody, but he knows. It's like, fucking hell, you got another day off. Yeah, it's like, and then next thing he's built one of the most spectacular looking ponds. Let's face it, it is.
Yeah.
And
hats off to him, man, because he's got some skill on it. Even the chippy work he's done. He can graft on that fella. He can shift. He can put some graft in. He really can.
But
I'll tell you what.
Part of the reason he can graft is because after he is blown up in Afghan, right, he likes to keep himself busy. So, that's why he's out there. He's constantly, he's on the go, mate. I speak to Lee probably twice a day, right? And he says to me, "Oh, it's all fluke." Because my cousin's an engineer, and he said to me, because he gets involved. He likes to have a look at what I'm doing and what my mates are doing and what other people are doing. And I said to him, I said, "Look what Lee's done." He says, "Look, everything just falls into place." He reckons. He went, "Nah." He said, "You don't get fluky every single time." He said, "You'll get fluky once, but everything he's done is on the button." So he has definitely done all that on his own. And Lee don't give himself his credit for.
No, we don't.
No, he should do, because what he's done is good.
Yeah, but it's good for us to blow smoke up his arse, isn't it? Let's face it.
Well, when you're a tattooist, you can choose your hours, can't you?
Yeah, Lee's got his own shop though, hasn't he? So
that's what I mean. So he can pick and choose his hours, and tattooing isn't cheap nowadays either.
No, but at the end of the day, mate, if you've been blown up for this country, then he deserves all the success he can get.
Oh yeah, fucking right.
100%.
And I mean,
well, I said to him he should have his own con business.
You're ex-services yourself as well, Crafty, and do you not find that if you got nothing to do or you're sitting around for too long, you start getting a bit angsty?
Not so much. I around November time I'm twitchy. Especially when the fireworks go. It's not the fireworks I can see, it's the fireworks I don't see that fucking set me off.
Yeah, I have the same problem with firework night.
Yeah,
and the thing is, it's not just firework night, it's that it's a week leading up to it and at least a week after it, and a fortnight of not fucking sleeping properly because you've got
idiots.
Well, not necessarily. There's just people enjoying themselves, aren't there?
Some are.
Some of them are idiots, but they're still enjoying themselves. They're idiots. We was all young once and like throwing bangers at cats and shit, weren't we? Come on. It's like only when we get older do we say they're idiots, forgetting we've done that all ourselves,
You got to have done some stupid stuff with fireworks.
I can imagine.
No, I was well beaten as a child.
My old man knew what I got up to, mate. I'll be battered. I would.
Yeah, I know.
So,
we used to get like 20 of us as lads. We get a great big packet of rockets, and then we get 5 of us, stepped all in a circle, hand out 5 rockets, snap stick off, light them, and throw them in the middle of the circle. First one to chicken out. That was some stupid shit we used to do, but it was good fun. We had some good laughs.
So, I used to teach digital communications in the military, right? For the Royal Armour Corps, and part of the lessons you'd have like little breakers at the beginning of a lesson just to get people sort of laughing and into what they're doing. And it was at the time when like these little MP4 clips were coming about, and I found one where some young lad, mate, he was like a uni lad, and he sat there.
He sticks a rocket up his ass.
Yeah, he sticks a rocket up his backside. Like they like light it, and of course rockets don't go straight up, do they? It's like they have the fuse start burning, and then as it starts hissing, as the gunpowder starts to ignite, he obviously clenches his arse cheeks together, and all it does is just stops it launching out of his arsehole, like, and it just explodes in his bum cheeks. It's like that's one of the best clips I've ever seen in my life, mate. It's like you are so stupid that you thought it would take off out your grid, It's all that. It whistled and he was it's like just pure red raw, no skin.
Meemaw.
Yeah. Can you imagine what he had to say to the doctors? Oh, yeah, I'll stick a rocket up my arse and try to ignite it. I'm just like, well.
No, if I could say, oh, somebody put a firework off the arm and it hit me.
Yeah. We used to launch fireworks off like the 15th floor of a flat sideways at buses. That was good fun. Yeah.
we haven't got it no more, but we used to have what we called a bottom market in Basingstoke. It's now the new bus station, but there was a multi-storey car park that used to overhang the market, And as a kid, we used to go and buy rockets. We'd line them up across the top of the multi-story and just run underneath it with a lighter and set all these rockets off across the top of the market. Bang, bang.
No, but it's like I say, idiots. You know.
They were all
Yeah,
good
so-
fun, weren't it?
Oh, yeah.
Is there any
Oh,
more
yeah.
questions in there then, Gaz, or what?
Well, not as of yet. Just people have been responding with the same kind of thing. Has everybody else got any more questions they might like to ask?
They're liking you anyway, Justin.
Ask now or forever hold your peace.
Quitting cigarettes was a lot easier before vapes hit the market.
I've been on a vape for ages. I think they're brilliant.
I really do. I do as well.
I need to quit the vape.
It does say that raccoons and skunks are the two biggest pest animals that we have nearby. Not crackheads.
There's a good YouTube channel. I can't remember what it's bloody called. I think it's Aquascapes or something. And
Yep.
This guy, mate, he walks into this back garden, and there's like Niagara Falls in this back garden, man, with its own river. Mate, it is what you can do in the States compared to over here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen G-Love's pond?
Who's?
G-Love. Colossal
No.
Koi.
Oh, yeah.
No, I haven't. No.
Honest to God, mate. He's got this pond in his back garden, and it is massive. And when I say massive, we're talking sort of like 8 foot fucking deep, and it is
That is huge. That's damn lake, isn't it? It's a lake. Yeah.
absolutely huge, and it's concrete.
Yeah.
Concrete pond.
Works. No.
And honestly,
the only issue
beautiful.
I have with that is, yeah, it's nice, but when you get sick koi, it's like,
Get them out.
you know, you're getting them out or watching them die. You know, and it's like, you know, or you might not even see it. You just end up with a load of dead fish one day because you just can't see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How comes he's not filled it back up, Vince?
He's got a sort of leak out on it. He's got a couple of leaks. I think it's on one of the return lines. And until he gets that sorted, that's why he's been doing everything in pools and indoors at the moment.
Right. I wonder if the concrete cracked or something.
Yeah.
Huge.
But he had a really good set of spawns last year, though.
He did, didn't he? It was the
that pond, yeah.
He did Shiro, Showa, and Kahaku.
Yeah.
Yeah, hats off to you guys that do all that spawn stuff, man. It's I started to think about it, but once I started researching what you do with it, I was like, I've got enough stress with just a pond, let alone start raising all these little. The bit that put me off more than anything was having a load of fish that I didn't know what to do with at the end of it. That's the only thing, you know, because what people I can imagine don't remember is that all those little tiny tadpole sized koi turn into 15, 16, 17 cm fish.
Yeah.
You know, they all need feeding, they all need filtering, your water needs cleaning. And I thought, nah, that's far too much work. And they're so vulnerable when they're young and all. I was like, that'd kill me if I come back and all my fish were floating on the top because I've missed some.
Well, it's like Ricky said, isn't it? You got it. Unless you're doing it, you've got to have numbers.
Yeah.
You've got to have numbers. The fun. That's the fun side for me. Finding the different fish, the weird, freaky one-offs that you can't get anywhere else. You'll only get them if you bring them yourself.
Yeah.
Talk about guys like that.
But there you go. So you know what you said there is just another element of what we do as a hobby. Is so much involved with what we do. You know, and one thing that people forget with fish or any animal that lays thousands and thousands of eggs, right, is that it's a survivability factor.
Yeah.
Right, because there's so many predators and so much that can go wrong with such little fish. They only want one of them to survive to then pass on their genes, because that's what life's about, is
survival of the fittest,
reproducing and keeping their bloodline going. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, up until last year, I've always grown other people's fry-ons, so like Adam Byers, Carver, and like I say, I did the spawning for the first time last year, and I'm hooked. It is so addictive, mate.
Isn't it,
Honestly,
mate?
watching them progress from that tiny,
Yeah.
tiny little eyelash to something that you can actually see swimming and eat. You know, it's crazy.
And the colours
And-
start through. Yeah.
Yeah, it is addictive.
What
Yeah.
I might do is I might have a little tank set up in my little room. Once my pond's built, I'll get my little room back outside. That's going to turn into my little YouTube room, and I'll probably have a little tank, and I'll take a handful of spawn out and throw it in the tank, and just see what comes of it. If I get 3 fish out of it that turn into little things, I donate a lot of my koi that I don't want down to the university. They've got a nice pond in their courtyard, and I'll just go and dump them in there. You know,
Oh, I've got a mate who's got a huge pond that doesn't care what the fish looks like.
I had a chag, and it was a beautiful chag. And then when I got it home, put it in the pond, and it come up to the pond, and its nose was like missing all the skin off the top. And looking down on it, you couldn't really tell, right? But when it come up to feed, it's like you could see the actual nasal bone above on the actual skull.
Oh,
Wow.
So we called it. Well, I called it Toxic from like Toxic Raiders, you know, all them fucking melted cartoon characters, and it was absolutely riddled with cart pox. So I took that out of the pond, and that's growing on quite nice down at the uni. It's the ugliest fucking koi you've ever seen in your life. You know, but it's doing all right, mate. I think it scares herons off. If I'm honest, and elephant, it's like, fuck that, I ain't eating that. So,
West Brom Toys asked a question. The question was aimed at the panelists. I know Vince answered because I spoke to him previously. What food are you all feeding next season, and why?
Saki Akari balance on one.
Quenny Japan mix.
Yeah, same for me. That's what I'll be feeding again this year. But once I've finished that one, I'll be going on to the next stage, the more higher growth one. That's what I'm going to give me.
Having said that, I was talking to Mike Bass a couple of weeks ago, and he uses Cuttlebrook food, and that's Cuttlebrook do one that's 58% protein.
Yeah, the small food for the fry. Yeah,
yeah.
It's Coppins basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Coppins.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I think Quenny Koi's is Coppins as well.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me
personally,
for me.
The main pond, once that's up and running in the next few weeks, that will be Saki Akari because it's only going to be select fish that going in there. But I'm keeping the little pond that I've got now for the wife's fish. That'll be on Quenny Koi's food. So it's not going to be shit food, but it's not going to be the best food. And once I build my Tozai on, that will be Saki through and through. And that'll be just because I've seen what Rick has developed over on his channel.
Yeah, he swears.
Look, mate,
I tried that aqua sauce, but the rubbish I was getting in my filters was like, no. So
I mean, I find some of Quenny's foods turn the water fairly tea colour as well.
Yeah. All Coppins does that.
Yeah, all Coppins does that.
I noticed it. I got very little waste last season, but I did have a tinted water.
Tea coloured pond.
Yeah, definitely was.
But I had a little flutter with some sake, and I tell you now, the difference that I've seen in the fish within a month was just amazing. Their appetite was up. The skin luster was a different class altogether. And the colour, my God, did it work. And I only tested it because I wanted to see, you know, how it would work against, because my food of choice before was Medikoi. See, I got on really well with that, and the fish really took to it quite well. And but when I changed that sake, I was like, my God, you know. But I was using Medikoi probiotic, and that's actually fairly decent food when you look at the ingredients. But just the difference is it's it is another class. But a lot of people will say how expensive it is, and it is expensive.
Yeah.
But right, if you've got friends that are all willing to put 50 quid in, right,
Yeah,
you
buying
can
in
get
bulk.
yourself a couple of 20 kilogram or 15 kilogram bags and split it amongst you, and it will still be cheaper than the food that you're buying that's probably just the next grade down. But you've got to invest in it. But if you're all potting together, you can actually save yourself money in the long run,
Yeah,
and feed
that's-
your
that's
koi
a
with
good
the best
idea.
quality stuff.
Yeah, per kilogram, it's actually cheaper.
Yeah,
Unless
yeah.
you've got a
The
friend
more you
like
buy,
us
the
that-
cheaper it gets. Yeah.
Unless you've
Yeah.
got a friend like us that would be feeding way too much and go through his food in a quarter of the time of what you've done yours.
But
knows it
true. Yeah, but the truth is, right, if you're all feeding fairly heavily as well through the summer months, get yourself down the shows, talk to the dealers there, and they've already got, it's already reduced. But if you say, right, I want 3-4 bags, they will make it cheaper for you again.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Yeah.
But you've got to have the gonads and the front to go, I'll give you 600 quid for 4 bags.
I tried some of that Hikari colour. I picked a bag up, well, both myself and Dave from Koi Karma. We picked up a bag of Hikari colour from Adam Byer at the National. And the pair of us, as soon as we started using it, it discoloured the water.
Really?
Yeah. Honestly, pair of us.
Wow.
That was why we both stopped using it, because it tinged the water worse than the tinge that you would get from Coppins. Can you see what I mean?
Yeah. It's the ingredient that does it.
Yeah.
Believe it.
And as I say, I've been feeding Takazumi now for over 10 years, and I've never had any discolouring of the water or anything.
Yeah, it's a good food actually. Takazumi.
What colour did it tank the water, Vince? Was it a reddy colour?
Are you there, Vince?
I think he's froze.
Yes. He looks better like that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's all the fry fries.
The carotene.
He's got to go and put 10p in the machine, mate. That's what it is.
I was getting that in my grow on tank, the discoloration. So what I did, I put a little trickle in, so it's in and out, and that just keeps it absolutely crystal clear. They can feed them, and it just keeps it clear.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
And it literally just cracked on through the 3-stage filter. Literally, it's just a slight dribble into that 1,000-litre tank, and it just the IBC, and it just keeps it crystal clear with the Easy Pod running.
Yeah.
And then happy in there.
Do any of you use the Water Guardian?
The what?
The Water Guardian that measures TDS and pH. I'm quite interested. I want to get one of them.
My TDS is pretty. I measured it the other day, and in all the tanks in the tunnel, they range from 152 to 163. That was the highest. So that I think that's pretty low.
I don't go mad on the TDS. I'm sorry. I just it's whatever it is like, but it's mine's about 160, 180, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not somebody that I'm not prolific at water testing, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I'm not. I only test it if there's a problem.
I
test mine about once a fortnight if I do that.
I don't even do it that much. It's like I look at me fish, and me fish tell me exactly what's going on with me water. And if I start up in my feed, I'll start to monitor what's going on just to see if I
don't hear no one.
I do it more in the summer than I do in the winter. In the winter, I just maybe once a month. But in the summer, about every week, at least a fortnight, I test it because the amount of food that's going in.
I don't ever do it in the winter water testing. Never.
No.
But saying that, I'm only feeding, because I'm unheated, I'm only feeding the absolute minimum. If I'm honest,
Well, all mine have been on during the winter is crab sticks because they sink.
There we go. Yeah, but crab sticks have got a high protein content to them, though.
I know they have. But my lot there's gannet like gannets, even if it's cold.
The only thing I've kept my eye on through winter is my KH levels, just to make sure that they're not dropping, because they were dropping throughout the full summer this year.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I've kept my eye on. Other than that, if my KH has been all right, my pH has been okay. So, and they've not been getting fed. Filter system's still been running, so it's done what it needed to do. They've actually started feeding this week, like for the first time. Last weekend, first time they fed this year.
I think mine are getting 50 grams a day on mine, my main pond. That's all they're getting at the minute.
Mine ain't even getting that.
Mine needs to go up to at least 10 degrees before I give them any food, and I'm sitting at 6.3 at the moment.
No,
I'm
only
sitting at
feeding
7
above,
at the moment.
but as long as it's above 9 to 10, they can have, they'll eat it. But below that, no, they don't. They don't get any.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just be careful of your filters at that point. You know.
Yeah.
You know, just be careful. Those people that are listening to what we say, don't think. We've had a fairly warm spell for the start of February. So
it's going to drop down again next week.
You know, the fish may be up in the water looking for a bit. You know, don't be tempted to start chucking an extra few handfuls in, because
no.
chances are you're gonna create yourself some problems for.
Well, your filters are gonna dropped off a lot out there, so they're not going to be able to deal with it if they start putting a lot of crap out.
Well, totally, and that's where you'll see your ammonia and your nitrite spikes, because
I think it helps. It helps with mine. It helps with mine because it's fully enclosed during the.
Okay, yeah, but again, not everybody is. So
no.
If you got
that's
to
just
let your
what I
bio
do
start
personally.
building up. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Just because we're saying it, don't go and think
Don't,
it's okay
no.
to do it. You got to.
Every pond's different.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I'm dreading this season because they've got a lot fucking bigger than they were last season. I saw how much they ate last year.
I forgot to ask that question I just had up there. Got one more question for you, Crafter. When are you doing your video on the Acers?
Oh yeah, sorry. Right, so you got to remember that the video. When will they start coming in? They'll start coming in at the end of March. So I'll give a video when they start. I'll break it down and I'll put a video together at the beginning as they come into full bloom, and then towards the end. So I'll probably put 2 videos out, beginning of the season, end of the season. You know, I sort of neglected my Acers this year because of the pond build, so they need a bit of tidying up, I ain't gonna lie, but I've got a bloody lot of them.
You have, mate, yeah.
I
love them though, mate. I love them. If I could make a forest of Acers in my garden, I would.
Beautiful trees, aren't they? Yeah,
they're amazing, and I've got quite a good knack at keeping them as well.
I nearly ruined mine this year.
Do you struggle with dieback on them though? Because I know, especially the purple leaf, the Acer palmatums, that they tend to get dieback on the ends of the shoots.
Yeah, so
you get a little bit.
That they will always get that in this the climate that we live in. Okay, but a lot of the thing to remember is that rule of thumb is a red Acer is a lot more hardier than a green Acer. So where people go wrong in this country is that they think that Acers love full sun all of the time, all day long. They don't. Number one, they prefer morning sunshine and evening shade. Okay, that's the rule of thumb. Number two, a fine leaf Acer needs to be out of the wind.
Yeah,
right. Because all you're going to do is kill it, because it will just scorch the leaves off, and the photosynthesis will kill it, because it won't be able to collect enough sunlight to develop. And number three is the soil content. Know the soil content for your Acer. So a real good thing is it's late, guys. Give me a chance.
They like it acidic, really.
Ericaceous compost, right? Don't be too quick to put them in the ground, because the smaller they are, the harder it is for them to actually take to the ground. And it only takes one sharp frost to kill them. So keep them in your pots, grow them up, and there's something called a sacrificial branch, which is the first branch off the bottom of the actual Acer where they splice them together. Right?
Yeah.
Leave that on there the whole time, because what that will do, it will generate an energy into the base of the Acer, and it will create a very thick trunking and create a really decent root ball. So you keep that on for at least 5 or 6 years because that's where it generates. And sometimes it may grow really long and have a really leggy. If that happens, just cut it back, but keep a good 2 foot on it. Right,
Yeah.
so you're not killing it right back, so it stumps itself off. That is one thing, because when you look at the way that they develop, so if you pot them on 50% irrigaceous and number 3 grow on soil on a 50-50 mix, and then put some irrigaceous compost balls, tiny little balls that look like sherbet pips from back in the day.
Fertilizer, yeah.
Slow release. Put a load of that in.
Yeah.
A lot of people go wrong with potting on where they use terracotta pots in the bottom to allow the drainage. Okay. Now the roots will take to terracotta pots and they will form round it. So in the summer, in the winter, when we start to get the wet, terracotta soaks up the water, and then it gets cold. And believe it or not, that is it freezes the root, and you'll kill your Acer. So the best thing to use is polystyrene. Right, so break a load of polystyrene up and it does exactly the same job, but it doesn't soak up the water. So you'll still get decent drainage, which is something else. So when you pot on, in the winter, bring them close in to the walls if you've got nowhere to bring them under cover once they've dropped the leaves.
Yeah.
Bring them right in close out the wind. If you bring them close into your house, believe it or not, that's a 1 or 2 degree difference.
Yeah.
So we don't see it.
Walls,
plants do.
Yeah.
Wrap them in cling film and then put a couple of bricks underneath them so the actual pot sits off of the floor. That's the best way of keeping them. And don't get tempted at the start of the season to take them out too early, because in England we've got a really great weather situation where we'll get a really good start of spring and everyone starts to get a spring in their step thinking it's summer again. They drag all their Acers back and then you have a temperature crash. Next thing you know, you have a secondary frost and you kill them by being too keen and eager to get them out. So keep them in until that secondary frost has gone and you know there's no more frost coming. So that's another tip. The other tip is don't be afraid to cut them back. Okay.
Right.
Do it at November, December time. Make sure that you cut back after the final leaves have dropped. And the reason why you do that is because by cutting them back, the tree will then generate all of the energy into the root ball over the winter. So you're actually developing the root ball. So you're making your plant stronger when the spring comes. Take all the dead off, and there's a real decent way of looking at how to prune, and it is that it shouldn't look like a messy bush, number one. Number two, Acers grow off the end of the sprouts. They'll sprout off in a 3. Take the middle sprout out and leave about 1 inch, but cut it at a 45-degree angle. What that does is it will then generate the growth back into the bud, and then it will generate the growth into the 2 sprouts there. You have to keep on top of it, but in 6 years you'll get an absolutely beautiful tree. The last tip I'll give, because I don't want this to be like Blue Peter, is make sure you water your Acers every couple of days.
Yeah.
Right? Some people think that because they're from Japan, they don't like water because they're from a warm environment. Bullshit. They need watering.
So Japan's not dry.
No, but people seem to think because it's hot in Japan, you know, in the summer when they're up and blooming, that they don't like water, but they do. They love water, and you've got to keep on top of them, man.
Yeah,
but don't water them in the full sun.
No,
water them at night.
Yeah, night time.
And just concentrate around the root, around the actual pot, because if you're watering in the morning and you spray across the leaves, when that sun comes up, you'll end up scorching your leaves and killing them
again.
Yeah, it magnifies it, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
So
have you ever
anyway,
tried, You ever tried hybridizing an Acer?
No, I don't go that far.
We've got one down my mum's, and I actually started it off. I had a red Acer, a green Acer, and one of the ones that looks like it's called a butterfly Acer.
Yeah, that's
very fine leaf. Well, they were all tall and thin, so I plaited them together. Now the butterfly one died off, but the other two grew, and they ended up growing in together. And now when the foliage comes out, it gets one part gets red leaves, one part gets green leaves, and there's a bit that you get a mixture of the two leaves together. It's really crazy.
Yeah, but believe it or not, Vince, most Acers are actually spliced by two different varieties. So when
she's got one like that at home.
When you look, they graft exactly right. So when you're looking to buy new Acers, the best thing to do is don't be all bamboozled by the beautiful colours and the leaves. Look past that, straight down to the trunk at the bottom. Make sure the graft is a real nice graft and it doesn't look like it's rotted out at all.
Yeah.
Because the other thing, when they start to grow, you may find that you'll get green and red Acer coming from the same plant. It's always good to take the graft away, because otherwise it will start to take over the actual Acer that you've bought, and you'll end up with one that you don't want.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, the green version off. Yeah.
I nearly ruined mine last year, trying to just get it into a bit of shape and wire it up. And I pushed it too far and snapped it. But I can tell you I used some Mitre Bond super glue.
Oh, yeah, round it.
I just super glued it back together and then just put a little bit of wrap around it. And I thought this is going to die off. And it didn't. It come back.
It bonded itself up.
Yeah, they are quite resilient once they get bigger.
Yeah.
Yes, they can be. But
I just pushed it too far.
I've had an Acer for 8 years, and it's literally looked like it's dead it's blossomed. You think, oh, that looks lovely, and then next thing you know, the leaves start dying off and it drops off. Don't think shit, I've lost it, because believe it or not, they may re-blossom later on in the season and come back stronger. But I've also had it where it's dropped right off, and I've gone, right, I'll leave that. It comes back, but only round the bottom, so you end up cutting half the bloody tree away. And it's a pain in the arse when that happens, because it looks a bit weird.
Yeah.
But, that's part of keeping Acers,
Yeah, so I've got a client, and they've got a massive big red Acer, but they want it cutting back because it's taking over the two windows. I mean, how far can I cut it back? I mean, it must be 7 foot tall, 5 foot leaf, 6 foot wide.
Yeah, it's the same as any plant. You cut it back, it'll still come back. But what you've got to remember is that you've got to give it all of a certain amount of sprouts to survive. So even if you bring it back, but make sure there's enough growth around the bottom for it to live.
Yeah,
that's the best way.
It's massive, like they want it cut back. I was like, I don't know.
I mean, it's not a Crimson King, is it? Because they are monsters. They'll go like 30 foot high. That's just like a red leaf sycamore. There's Crimson King, but then you've got your palmatums, which are the finer, more delicate.
Well, it's up to the guttering. On the first, it's like a bungalow. But it's up to the first floor on the guttering lot. It's a good 6 to 7 foot wide.
I wouldn't be cutting that back, mate. I'll be just happy that I've got something like that to look at.
I would as well, but they don't like it like that.
If it was me, I'd be getting one of those specialist machines to come and pick it up and sell it.
The roots are literally 18 inches from the house. It's grown up that side the house.
Yeah,
oh, that's lucky, man. My old man's garden is like that.
Yes. Can you dig out that list that you put up last year at some point? The Acers that are poisonous to ponds.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Because I had someone ask me about it the other day on a video, and I just talking about Acers now. Just remembered. Yeah, if you can send me a picture of that list.
Yeah, I will. Yeah,
I think that was the red leaf Acers as well, wasn't it? That were the most top.
Yeah.
Quite a few of them were surprisingly quite a few. It was all poisonous plants in gardens, wasn't it? towards ponds and fish. Yeah, there's quite a few Acers that aren't.
But there was a few Acers on there, weren't there?
Yeah, there was. I'll find it for you, mate. I'll send it over.
Yeah, it'd be much appreciated.
I didn't
Well,
know
I
that.
will say this, Crafty. Thanks very much, mate, because
it's been very
this evening
interesting.
the conversation was going off in a tangent and in areas and directions. It was
Two
nice to
secs.
come on and bring it back to being what it should be, and that's
Yeah.
a nice
That's what it,
Cheers, brother.
that's what I try.
to.
If I'm honest, that's what I'm aim to achieve, mate. It's we need to get rid of all that crap that goes on and bring it back to what we're all here to do. You know.
Yeah, and enjoy fish.
For me,
No, enjoy
it's
each
sitting
other.
here and listening to others
Definitely.
and learning from it, because every day you can learn something new, which is the best bit about the hobby, as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely, mate. We're all here to learn, aren't we? You know, and
100%.
you know, none of us, except for Vince, is an expert at this. You know.
No, I ain't a fucking expert. Jesus Christ.
Behave, mate.
It can grow fish, that is for sure. That is for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I still say,
even in the
though,
bathtub.
and I will say it until I'm blue in the face. As far as I'm concerned, Ricky Stoddard is the modern day Peter Waddington.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
100%.
Well,
that knowledge is second to none.
You know something, mate? It's like, so before you go on his show,
I agree.
you go like in the green room at the back, so to speak. And I always say, right, Ricky, I'm going to give you a heads up, mate, because the last thing I want to do is say something that you know fuck all about. And he just laughs at me and goes, test me. I go, are you sure? Like, I said, you know, I don't. So now I'll make it now my sort of mission to try and find something that he hasn't
That he doesn't know about.
Yeah.
But I can't do it, mate. You know, what he's forgot is like more than what I know. I swear to God.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I'm going up to see him on. We're meeting up with him on Saturday. So Lee and I are going up on Saturday up to Newark for that Tucano grow out. I'm not part of it. I'm just going.
No, I couldn't afford that.
Yeah, it was a bit steep, wasn't it? But you know, if I'm honest,
the beauty is it's catering for all, though, mate. Isn't it? You know, I mean, it's catering for people that want to do the more expensive stuff, as well as the people.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's not the fact that it's more the expensive stuff. When he's made it an event, okay. So what people need to look through, it's not just the fish that they're purchasing here. They're getting their hands on something that is quite rare in the UK to get. Number one. Number two, if you have a look at Tucano's pond through Evo's channel, the Koi channel.
Yeah, Tucano, yeah.
Tucano, mate, what an amazing, I tell you what, that was one of the best episodes I've seen on Evo when he went out with Ricky up to there. It was really good. And believe it or not, Lee give Ricky a steer on that. Well, not that Ricky needed it, but he was like, I want you to go up to there. And he's like, how do you know about that? Because he was called the secret Sankey. You know, he was a secret breeder.
Secret breeder, yeah.
He was only a hobbyist anyway. But so Ricky managed to get a load of tozai, and I've seen those tozai when I went up to his place, and they're really good actually. And I'm going to look forward to seeing him on Saturday, because it's probably been 3 or 4 weeks since I last seen him. So
yeah, they'll be bigger.
they're going to be a decent size, and but with that grow out that they're doing, he's hired Newark Showground. He's putting a load of vats in, not the whole showground, obviously, but he's putting a load of vats up. He's doing a selection. He's giving advice. There's going to be extra stuff on there. There's going to be, obviously, Lee's there, so he's always worth a laugh.
Nice,
you know, then Ryan, Ricky's brother, will be there. Ricky's going to be there. Alan Tate's coming down as well, so he said to me tonight.
Yeah.
So, you know, and you're not taking the fish away once you selected it. Ricky's going to go and grow it out, and just looking at the results that he's got, he's not gonna hold back. He's going to make sure that them fish go out of his warehouse right, the best that they can be, because at the end of the day, that's his brand, it's his job, right? And then they're then going to take them back, and then they're going to do a presentation at a later date in the same sort of venue, and it's all going to go through, well, I should imagine it's all going to be in Koi Talk as well. So
Yeah, well,
there's
would
potentially
I
going to
so?
be there's potentially going to be like an issue or two of Koi Talk that if you're part of that, you can buy that and you've got something to show your grandkids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but to set it up, he's got to have a load of people there to set it up on a Saturday. He's got to then man it for the Sunday. He's got to pay the staff that he's doing, right? So it's an event. It's not just the fish. It's everything
Oh,
else that goes with it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. A lot of
100%.
people don't realise that bit though. They think they're just getting a fish.
I didn't
But
realise
it's a
all
lot
that
more
went
than that.
into it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like me putting the show on. The people don't realise what's in the background. You've got to organise to get to do it.
Yeah, how's that going? You got more stuff lined up now? Because I know that you said you've got your thingy-majigs all sorted.
The marquee's all
dealers and
sorted.
whatnot.
The marquee's sorted. We've got the waters on standby now. We just got to give them a 2 weeks' notice to bring the water in. But say that's gone from 900 to well over £1,000 for 2 tankers, 60,000 litres.
Thank you very much, bud.
And we've got 8
Thank you, Amanda.
exhibitors now. Mark from Supreme Koi is coming, but it's only dry goods. He's bringing Draco drums with him.
Okay.
And we've got some other people there as well. So, but yeah, it's coming on slowly.
That's good.
I've applied to the BKKS for the judges. I've not got the email back yet to say who's doing what, but it's too early in the year, really. But
I'll give Al a kick up his arse on Sunday when I see him.
Yeah, so to get them organised, so I know what's what. But we're looking so far. Yeah, we're getting the exhibitors coming in. I say Daz is going to join the club and become get some fish in. So
it's Koi collection going over.
What's the one at Coventry? This is Koi collection.
Yeah, Cov's Koi collection.
Yeah, cold water. He'll be there. He's got 5 tables.
He always has that large rundown.
I'll tell you what.
Doesn't he?
Sorry to cut you off there, Nick, but if anyone can ever get to the Koi collection, go, because you have not seen active K1 biochambers until you've been to cold water Koi collection, because they are fucking 8 foot tall by about 5 foot round, and it just blows your mind.
Do you know how much he paid for them? Do you know how much he paid for them, Vince? Nope.
Thousands. Nope.
So Ken, the guy that owns that place,
yeah,
right?
Ken, yeah, talking to him.
I'm quite friendly with Ken and Soph and that lot, and he got them from a Sea Life Centre when the Sea Life Centre closed down for £200.
Oh, no.
No.
Yeah.
And they are an immense unit, aren't they?
Massive. They are massive.
They're brilliant.
Yeah,
they're brilliant. So, for those people that don't know the Koi collection, it's in Cov, or not
far from the National.
Not really. It's like literally 20 minutes from the National. So if you're going up there, spin there for 20 minutes, because I tell you, it's worth it, because the way that Ken's developed that place, when I was speaking to him, he developed it based on what it's like in Japan, going to the koi houses. So he's got a small section where you're actually walking across the top of the ponds. And then he's got a load of huge vats. He's got an absolutely magnificent main pond to look at as well. You know, it just blows your mind. And it's a very, very friendly atmosphere there as well. They're really decent people. Can't do enough for you. You know?
My Matsuba that's in the main pond that I'm hoping to spawn with the Asagi this year, that came from Ken at the Koi collection last year.
Yeah.
And that is it's a beautiful fish. But yeah, when you first walk into the Koi collection, the first thing you see is this bloody great big active biochamber, and it's like just blows your mind.
That one is running from his main pond that goes through when I say his main pond, I'm on about the one outside his own house.
Yeah.
And it goes through a multi-chamber that's in ground. Actually, it's quite impressive when you
Like
see
the
him doing
Japanese have
that.
got, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but honest to God, it's a great little setup he's got down there.
Mm.
Absolutely. It's worth a visit. Let's put it that way. It is worth a visit. Even
He's
if you
not
don't spend anything, it's worth a
Let's
visit.
go and see. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a lover of the YouTube camera down there. I've done a few bits for him, but Andy Darby, for some reason, he got the tick in the box to put it on YouTube before me, which I was a bit pissed about. But you know, that's what happens.
It doesn't do technology.
No, he really don't.
No.
He don't even like being on camera.
No.
I sent him I got him a treat at the Nationals, stuffing an ice cream cone into his face, and I sent him a little short saying, "I've just put this on YouTube. You better not have." He's proper like devoured it in one like.
Yeah.
What time
I spoke to him on Monday.
Yeah, he's a good lad, man. I love Ken to bits.
He's been with our show for years.
Yeah, I bought all my stuff from Ken for my pond, and he looked after me. Well, Sophie looked after me, but I got a load of my stuff for my pond at your show actually when it was last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I spent about £2,000 on it.
Oh. Yeah, but I'm aiming to do quite a bit this year. Actually, I'm just sorting stuff out and trying to get more sponsors in, and I've got to ring our friends at Skegness, Pond Suppliers, a call. So,
is Dad's putting a little stand on? He should.
Well, he can. I've got room at the minute, so any exhibitors out there that wanna get in touch, my name's they can. Still got 8 or 9 spare tables at the moment, so that's all koi stuff. That's all the wired bonsais, normal bonsais, and then all your koi products. So yeah,
the wire ones they're pretty good.
Yeah, he's there. Wise is there. Yeah, yeah.
They're sweet. They're really good. Yeah,
he's there. Yeah, he ran me up. He was the one that almost won the first. And Lisa from Koi Arts there as well. The ones at the National.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she wanted. I messaged her for the first one, and she was straight back to me. Bosh. Yeah, I'm in Nights. Thanks.
There is someone else that does wire bonsais as well. He's just started a YouTube channel. He's ex-services as well. Will's Wire Bonsai and Koi, I think it is.
All right.
And yeah, he makes and sells wire bonsais. So maybe
I say at the moment. So anybody out there that wants to get in touch, like we can sort out anything like that. Really, koi related stuff. I'm trying to keep more koi related stuff at the moment before I bring in like the stuff for the ladies.
Artsy stuff.
For the ladies, yeah, the artsy fartsy stuff for the ladies, like.
There was one trader that you had. He'd done like Japanese lanterns a couple of years ago. It was in the back. It was
a couple of years ago, yeah. Mm.
Is he still knocking about? Is he coming in?
No, I have not heard from him.
That's a shame. It's like I was hoping that.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking.
Trouble is, there's a few of them that were about, and of course, when it's COVID coming, they've just disappeared, like.
Yeah.
It's knocked a lot of people sideways, and
COVID kicked a lot of people in the teeth.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But no, I'm aiming for a good show. I might ring EZ Ponds, see if I can get him to come and do a display outside again.
You'll be lucky, if I'm honest.
Oh no.
He is
flat out, isn't he?
So busy, mate.
Yeah.
So busy.
Because he did it 2 years ago. No, 19 years. Like he was there last time.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised he's busy because the stuff he does is fucking amazing.
It's expensive though, I think, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
When you
But
think
I
about it,
think-
it's only 4x2 plywood and fiberglass.
Don't
Yeah.
forget to give Skeggy a ring because he's put a question mark to do
Yeah,
what?
now I've got my phone back on. I'll
Yeah,
ring him. I'll ring him in the morning.
We've got
Very much
we've got
appreciate that, bud.
the Great British Koi Show posted tonight as well with their dates.
Yeah, I
if you
saw that.
haven't seen
I've just seen that come up on the.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, I'm definitely going to that one this year because I missed it last year.
oh mate, you
It's
missed the
bigger
best
this
show
year.
of the year. You missed the best show
Bigger.
of the year, Vince, mate. It was an absolute stalking show, mate. Absolute stalking.
It was heaving with people.
How
Heaving.
you doing, Doug?
The atmosphere was electric, mate. It was
Hey, up, Glenn.
it was brilliant. The atmosphere, because the way that I see it was because it was in four walls and everybody was sort of pushed together, that people talked to each other and everybody
Yeah,
got
Dave.
on, and it because it looked busy, it made the atmosphere even better. You know, and
Yeah.
they actually had more footfall than what the National did as well.
I'm
Yeah.
not surprised because the National hasn't changed in fucking years, Carthy.
I know that, mate, but I don't think that's ever going to change, mate, if I'm honest.
Well, they brought a thing in this year for the dealers, haven't they? A dealer show.
Yeah, they put
Yeah.
some details
Yeah,
out
yeah.
on that this week as well, didn't they?
But
Yeah, that came
what
out
got
on
me is
Monday, wasn't it?
Lee came up with that idea after the Newark show last year in one of his videos. So I'm thinking of doing this for Newark next year. And
Yeah,
then,
Lee and I said we was going to sponsor a dealership show.
yeah, and then all of a sudden the National come up with, oh, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, but that was being poked by Ricky and Tim Wads as well
Yeah,
at the time. But I think after they seen the success of the British Koi Show, that the Great British Koi Show, I think that they thought, right, we need to do something here. To be honest, but
Yeah.
There's
when
a
you-
question for you. Bubble and Fins has put, I would like to visit somewhere in a couple of weeks' time for a special day. Any good suggestions?
Alton Towers is all right.
No.
Quenny's
It's
quite
difficult.
nice.
It's difficult.
but-
What koi related, or you know?
Yeah, I'm guessing koi related, Vicky. Yeah.
It's a difficult time of the season, really, isn't it? Because it's not quite season yet.
No.
Yeah.
So you know you're going to have some of the dealers are going to have some of their new stock coming out of quarantine into their vats,
Yeah.
but their best stuff's still going to be kept out of sight. You know.
Yeah.
because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
going
Till the
through
start of the
quarantine.
season, definitely.
You know, so it's a bit early, but one place whereabouts are they? Where is Bubble and Fins based? I know that they've been up to your farm. haven't they?
Lincolnshire.
Lincolnshire way, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm not overly au fait with the dealership up there, if I'm honest.
I suppose really that sort of way you've got to come across a sort of Cunnicoy, haven't you? That way.
Yeah.
Well, that's Leicester, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leicester. I don't know any more out that way really.
I mean, well, in a couple of weeks' time, you will be going to Adam Byers with us. So that's one place. But I mean,
Yeah, in April. Yeah.
there's been so many places that we've been to.
Is it?
I would
be Koi, the one at Retford.
exclusively koi.
Yeah.
Oh,
Most,
that's
of,
it.
most of them for me are a decent travel, no matter
No,
where I
it's,
go.
no, it's not. It's absolute koi up in
Absolute
Retford.
Absolute
Koi.
koi.
Yeah. That's a nice place. Nice setup. Nice fish.
I've not been there.
No.
Oh yeah. It's got very big, expensive fish.
That's why I've not been there.
Quincoy's all right, but once you've been there once, it's
Same.
yeah.
Yeah,
They all are, aren't they? Really? I mean,
All
it's
Koi dealers, really.
yeah.
The
I
only thing you
mean,
might have is just different fishes sometimes, isn't it? That's all. Everything else is the same.
Mike's
go.
got a great. He's got a great brand, hasn't he, at Quenny?
Yeah.
You know, and it's a very smart little setup that he's got there, and it does the job.
Yeah.
And the fish that he has are decent, but again, I know that he hasn't got a load out there at the minute, and that it's
No,
I think
It's, like I say, it's wrong time of year, really, isn't it?
yeah, it's close season for the koi. You're best looking at the start of April to start
Yeah,
seeing
definitely.
the winter stuff coming through from
I'd
Japan.
say you're looking at April, aren't you, to start the season off?
I know he's
And
got a
then the
lot of
koi,
chigoi there that are going for 20 quid a piece at the minute.
and then
according to his
the
website.
koi tax comes out then, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it done it just.
It does, mate. It does. You know.
Yeah.
20 quid doing
Yeah.
the Japan auction thing again this year.
They will be. Yeah. They do it every year, don't they?
That's usually the start of the koi season, isn't it? The 20 koi
Yeah, their
auction
open
thing.
day.
Yeah.
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 There's but yeah, Quenny's all right. You're not going to be there long, no? If you go
No,
there.
an
No.
hour and you're done, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of the dealers are actually working on limited hours at the minute as well. So
Mm.
Yeah.
Quenny's even shot on a Saturday at the minute.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's that time of year for them all, though, isn't it? There's not many people buying, not many people moving, because the temperatures, aren't there? So most of them will be
definitely
running on a
Yeah, well, no, Richard up at A1 Koi, he all his fish come through Ricky, and he doesn't do anything from October until the beginning of the season, and they're just locked away with the filters running, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yes, that wouldn't be happening with me.
This is a question that I've got for everybody. What you think on a Dark Side Paranormal? As just said that there's not many places show-wise, and she's never been to one. And then Skeggy answered with Dark Side Kent in Detlin for the koi show. She said we'll be going this year looking for a golden corn, or she, sorry.
Oh yeah.
What's your opinions on the golden corn? What do you think?
I think if you've got a good one, you've got a good one. Otherwise,
yeah,
some of them are hit and miss, and it's a lot of
very hit and miss.
Okay, so
I don't like them at all. I think them.
See, I really love them.
Yeah. See, that's it.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it? When they're big, they look stunning. But when the young ones come into what they're going to be, they look.
But I find that the most fascinating part. So I think with a golden corn, you need to be in it for the long run.
Oh, you got to be, yeah.
And you need to go Taniguchi. Don't go anywhere else. Danichi do them as well, but Taniguchi is the breeder for them.
He's the main man, isn't he? Yeah.
And when I was down at Koi Water Barn, Keith, he had a tank of golden corn in his quarantine area, and I tell you, mate, you're quite right. If you've got a good one, my God, they are amazing. The reticulation and the pigment of some of the Ginrin that I've seen in them, and on the bigger ones where the fukurin starts coming in, man. And because you get them in different shades of key, yellow as well, or even orange, they're different. And I'm very much I enjoy full scale koi of single color, or a ginga, or Yamabuki, etc. I love that, and I'll tell you why. Because when I was at the National, there was a fish there. It was a kajaku. In one of the vats, and I went back to it the first time I went, and I must have gone back to that vat about 15 times just to look at this one koi, because the fukurin was so well developed, it just looked absolutely magical. And I've seen it on one of the golden corn, and if you can get a good one that keeps all of its color all the way through, they look absolutely amazing. I mean, I've got a oh God, I can't say it now. Thank you. That's the one.
Matsu Kawasaki.
No, Ogon.
A Mizuho Ogon, the Deutsch one.
No, it's not Deutsch. Fully scaled.
Makashi
Ogon.
Makashi Ogon, thank you.
I like them as well,
it is like I've got a really lovely one from Beppu Fish Farm, and again, that's fully scaled. everyone loves a ghost Sankey. I love a Sankey, but everyone loves ghost Sankey. I'm not overly keen on Showa, and I'm not overly keen on Kahaku. Sankey I like because they're for me the better quality ghost Sankey, because they're not covered in sumi and they're not just two boring colours. You know, you've got a bit of everything, but you know, but that's the beauty of the koi. But I actually prefer like your Ginrin Achibas, you know, all of those ones, because I think they bring a lot of
What about a
character to a
Garomo
pond.
then? What about a
A what?
Garomo?
Yeah.
A Buddha Garomo or a Garomo?
I love
wasn't
them.
a fan of them at the beginning, but I do think they're quite nice now. When I've seen,
I had a Gromo, and it looked like grapes on its back.
Yeah.
And I lost it before the winter, and I was like absolutely gutted, because it was about 8 to 9 inches long, and it was absolutely stunning. I thought, great, and it just killed over on me. I was like,
If you can get a good quality one with where, you know, the colours are deep, I think that when you see certain ones up in the koi shows, you can a real decent quality Gromo looks spiffing. You know, especially when you get a really nice snow white body on it as well. You know.
Yeah.
What I'd
one of my
love to
favourites
get
in the
my
pond at
hands
the
on.
minute is Matsukawabaki. I've got in the pond at the moment, and that's Ginrin, and it's stunning.
Yeah, but again, that's a marmite fish as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting on towards 60 cm.
Yeah,
that's a good size. Good size.
The best thing with them though is they're never the same. Each season it's a different fish, and you might get two different looking patterns to it throughout a season, as well as with the Deutsch counterpart, which is
Monroe.
A Kumonru, a Kumonru. I mean, I wouldn't mind a Benny Kumonru as well. I wouldn't mind one of them.
I've got one. Jordan's got one in the Tokai tank.
I've got one as well.
They're nice.
But the one fish I would really, really like to have in my pond, and that is a really good Kanoku Asagi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Asagi.
Yeah. So when you look at an Asagi, instead of having that grey scaling, it's red.
Oh wow, yeah.
And
few and far between though, Vince.
Yeah.
I won't mention the two I've got in my pond then, Vince.
You bastard. I've got a snow Asagi.
They came on from Adam by a fry. I grew on from tiny little fry.
You shitbag.
I've got two of them and two normal Asagi.
I'll tell you what, if Asagi again, some people don't like, but if you Tim Waddy has he done a video, I think it was last week, where that place in America has ordered in loads of big fish. There is an Asagi there. I think it's about 1 meter, but oh my god, it looks absolutely stunning, and what a fish. And there's also one in the Japan Koi show, this year's Japan Koi show that took an award that looks absolutely amazing as well. Big Asagi, good quality, amazing. The only thing with the Asagi, when they get older and they lose their quality, they look like a fucking bag of spanners, mate.
Yeah.
You know, that's the problem.
Lots pretty quick, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can. I mean, mine year before last looked absolutely like top dollar. Now it's been stuck in that little pond all season. Fucking hell, man. I've got some work to bring that back, I tell you.
You get it back, though, bruv. You get it back.
I know that. I'll be looking forward to it, but you know, it's like you see, I've lost a lot of sumi on some of my fish as well this year.
Yeah.
Because they've been sat out the sunlight in the shade all day. You know.
Yeah. How's the fish that you got? Was it your daughter? Your daughter won from Chips competition thing?
Oh, mate, that's about 35 cm now.
Oh wow!
Sweet.
Yeah, it's come on quite well. It's not. Put it this way, it's not. I didn't even want it. I ain't gonna lie. It's like It's another fish that's going in my pond that I didn't pick. I've got a lot of fish in my pond that I didn't pick because
Yeah,
people
I know
know
that
that I
feeling
like
well.
fish, and then the next thing I know, I've got a bag of fish. Yeah, Dad, I've bought you some fish. Oh, thanks very much. You know, you
Yeah, I had some of the grandchildren.
yeah, you know, and it's like I could do without it. And they don't realise that throwing another 10 fish in my pond's going to fuck all my filters up. You know, and I've got to feed them all, and then my feed bill goes up. And you know, as much as I love them, I'm like, yeah, I'm never going to turn them away because they're fish, aren't they? But
Yeah.
you know, a lot of them won't be going into my new pond. That's going to be
Have you
fish that
still
I
got that
want.
lovely Asagi that you had before you took your old pond down?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that-
yeah. Captain with me, it's called because it was captain of the pond because it was big. Yeah, I've still got that. The white on its head's gone a little bit grey and bit dull because it's just been. I'm
No
quite
sunlight, mate.
surprised my fish have done well in that small pond of it's only 500 litres, and a lot of them have put quite a lot on because it was such a hot summer and a small amount of water. I'll tell you, the temperature might as well have been heated. It
Yeah.
kept the water that well. So, and I was feeding them well and all because I got a good auto feed. I've got one of them JBL auto feeders, so I was using that like 6 times, 7 times a day. Decent feed as well, you know. So I thought my pond would be up and running in November. So I thought, right, you know, I'll give them a good feed, and they're still fucking sat in it now, like all sulking because it's little, you know, and they've got bigger. I don't know. Good news.
Yeah. Well, it's good you're getting towards getting it going, though, mate. Your pond now.
Yeah, it's a decent size. It's a decent. I found a hole in my fiberglass as well.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's well, because I left it with a load of water in to stop anything from coming up underneath, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I drained it out, there's a crack in it. So I've CT'd it anyway. I've CT'd it. I think it's only a hairline crack, but mate, I drilled a little hole in and I put a bloody load of CT underneath it. So I pushed it in. You could see it getting all the way under. So I think it'll be all right.
Fingers crossed, bro.
It fucking have to be, mate. So even if it trickles out, it'd just be part of the water change every week.
Yeah.
You want a little tub of gel coat to put on it.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I've got some fiberglass patch repair kits, but it's white. So, but I'll chat Lee up. He can send me a fucking poster pot of top coat.
Yeah,
He's got a load of flow kit.
If needs be, it's a quick, easy repairing, not a patch job, just to put it right.
Yeah.
Needs be.
I know what it is. I dropped when I was making the pergola. I dropped my drill driver. But you know something, it shouldn't have split the fiberglass because
No,
you know
shouldn't have done.
You know you're supposed to be able to drive a truck over it and it wouldn't do nothing.
I know where.
Oh shit!
I'm just saying. No, it was a battery part that fell onto it. It's
right.
But I'm saying you should be able to hit that fiberglass with a sledgehammer and it'll bounce off.
Yeah.
So I'm told. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you can't see it no more because the videos aren't there, are they?
No, I took them down because I'd done the job.
No, I meant he's not got no videos up at all, has he?
I don't know. I blocked him, mate.
Yeah, I stopped watching him a long time ago.
Yeah, you know.
No, let's not poke the bear.
Yeah.
we just got off to a fine grand start and came to a full circle. This is a little bit of bad news. I'm sorry to hear that, Lob. I'm saying Lob. I don't know why I'm saying Lob. I don't even know.
I will start a new pond build tomorrow, but due to my father. Oh dear.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed for you, bud.
Mate. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, one thing I will say is when you start it, remember you've got to crack a load of eggs to make an omelette, and you will think. I mean, what sent me half loopy is the amount of pressure that I had doing everything by hand, and it got quite overwhelming with work and family life and etc. But just remember that it eventually starts getting pretty. You've just got to get through all of that crappy part. There's nothing worse than digging a pond by hand. I'll tell you that for nothing.
Oh, I don't do any digging. Mine's all above ground.
Do it once, do it right, don't regret it afterwards.
Yeah.
100%. And all the best for your father.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And the family, because it's not just the person.
Yeah, it is, mate. You're right.
Yeah,
It's
it affects
not
everyone,
just
doesn't it?
I mean, it's horrible for him to be going through, but you're right with that 100%. A family does get hit pretty hard by anything like that. I know myself from personal experience.
I know you do.
It's
I know you
that
do.
You all wear, and you all, a burden that you all share.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Let's not end it on that fucking bomb note, dude. You know.
No. Vicky says, "I love my Garomo."
Yeah, I mean they come in so many different patterns. It's
Yeah, you got to be careful when you say you love a Garomo though, because some people might take that a bit weird.
Thanks, guys. No digging above ground already. 1,500 gallon pond.
Good size. Good size.
Yeah, mine's just under 3,000 gallons, mine.
Yeah, mine's 3,000.
Yeah.
Just under 3.5 minus.
What did Lee's work out in the end? Is it 5,000 Lee's?
Oh, bang on the fucking button, mate.
Yeah.
Bang on the button.
5,000 litres.
He's a bio chamber.
Yeah, what a cracking idea.
That's, mate.
No, you're not at all.
No, you're not. No,
not Vicky, you're not. You're all right. You're normal.
Oh, you are weird.
We all love Acer, and no, I disagree. Everyone's got their own favourite. I mean,
Don't tap me while I'm on the phone.
What Lee has done is actually something that's quite well practiced. So, if you notice, both Lee and I have put all our returns through the back end of the pond. Which is a Japanese way of doing it, believe it or not. But he's gone with his bio chamber. Koi Wholesale have got exactly the same setup on a lot of their ponds.
Oh right.
So
I do wish sometimes Vicky would actually do for like our club members, like to go up and have just a day looking, a couple of hours just looking around his place.
He won't do it because of the biosecurity, mate.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that'd be awesome. Really would.
Yeah. We're going to Ryan's place next door.
I was quite blessed that he sent me that up. To be fair, mate. I never for the life of me expected to get an invite, if I'm honest. It's and that only stemmed because he was having troubles with his auction. And I thought, right, well, I'm going to watch both streams, and then because people think on them, oh, there's a lag. There's not a lag. Right. So
between what we've got on now, what we got on now to what's on my TV is a 10-second delay.
That's right, but that's not a lag. Okay, so when you're making your bid or putting your comment on the chat, that will come up instantaneous because it's sending digital communications instructor British Grammar. It's sending that message within a quarter of a second. Boom. But when you're doing a live stream, you're actually seeing the live stream like 10 seconds, 20 seconds after they've sent that message. So they're thinking they're not seeing it then, but we're still seeing it in real time. It's just that it's not being transmitted in real time. So there isn't a lag. They're still picking up what's on the screen. It's just that you're not seeing it. At the same time.
See, I see it now on my live that's running off of YouTube instantly. But in StreamYard, it comes through 5, maybe 6, 7 seconds afterwards.
Yes. Yeah. But that you're broadcasting, so all this data that you know, you've got to remember there's 5 of us all going into one channel, and then it's coupling all of that data together and then broadcasting it to everyone that's watching.
Yeah.
You know, so you're going to get,
yeah.
depending where they are with their servers, if they're like 200 meters away from the server, they will have it first to someone that's 200 miles away. You know, but it'll be a couple of seconds over certain periods. You know.
Filtration Nexus 210, Draco dropping drum, 2 Cockney Koi multi-bays, a backy shower, all for the new pond build.
I think it's enough filtration.
Yeah, I would say that's enough filtration.
Yeah, I think so.
Vicky says, I've never been called normal. Thanks, guys. Now I have friends.
No, Vicky, you are normal.
Jig says,
anybody that's coy, you're normal.
Skeggy says he only has a puddle.
Oh, yeah, right on, Skeggs.
One day Lee will have a pond as big as mine.
Don't tempt him. He'll take over his sister's garden.
Well, when he gets his, when I can't wait to see what he actually does when he gets his forever home. And
tell me about it.
God damn, that should be something.
I know what his plans are, but I'm not going to leak them.
No.
Yeah,
put it this way,
it's
going to be spectacular.
Yeah,
he's going to put a warehouse on the house.
No, that's not. It's not going to be his forever house, is it? He wants to buy a bit. I know he said that bit in his video. He wants, in one of his videos, he wants to buy a bigger house with plenty of land so that he can do his mega build, his forever pond, as he put it.
He's got a very good. His plan that he's got is extremely good, and I hope he follows through with it.
Yeah,
if I'm honest.
sweet.
Yeah,
got to admit, probably one of the nicest blokes I bumped into when I've been to YouTubers. He made me and my son feel welcome. He had a good wander around with us for about 3/4 of an hour. Had a good laugh. He had my son in stitches, laughing at him like he's one sound bloke. Proper nice fella.
Oh, mate, it's if at YouTube. So if you concentrate on the positives, there's been too many negatives amongst the core tubing community, and right, it's like I have made a best friend out of YouTube by meeting Lee, we just spoke to each other being ex-forces and doing YouTube. I rang him up one day and said, you know, right, Lee, do you fancy doing a bit of charity work? I was like, yeah. And then we got talking, and then we decided to drop the idea because of certain personal issues that we both experienced. And we just then started bouncing off each other for ideas with a pond build, and it turned into a relationship. Like, put it this way. So he's put us up in a B&B at the weekend on Saturday night, and his missus, bless her, she's booked us an Airbnb, but she's booked us a double bed with rose petals and everything for the room.
Oh, bless her.
I was like, oh, I can't wait. I'll wear me special birthday suit thong for you. You know what I mean? So, you know, but you know, you can make great friends doing this. You just got.
You can, mate. 100%.
Oh yeah, I've made loads of good friends.
Yeah.
And I guess.
You certainly have, mate. 100%, definitely. I mean, I can say the same about everybody that I've been on and that I have on and that I talk with day to day. We had Christmas together and everything, and you truly can make some long life friendships from it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, and that's the beauty of what we do, right? Even if you're not on YouTube, right? It's like I get messages from people that subscribe to my channel all the time. I'm sure you guys do as well.
Yeah.
You know, if you're set up like that, and I've made friends with people, and I've given advice on what I'd do with things, and if people take that on board. But it's quite nice when people come up to you and they see you as somebody that has an idea of what to do, you know, and they've got a problem and they're unsure how to solve it, and you go, well, I'd try this and I'd try that. I'm not saying you should, but that's what I'd try. And then they do it, and then they go, oh, thanks so much for your help, it's cleared up my problem, you know, and it's quite nice to have that feedback from guys when
Yeah.
it does go right. But you've got to be if it don't go right, I'll say if it don't go right, it's just what I would try it to be a process of elimination. You know.
Yeah.
You've just got to be
Well,
prepared.
I'll be
for
totally honest. I've got more phone numbers in my phone book that are YouTubers and subscribers than I have friends and family.
Yeah. The thing is, it's rare to get friends at this age in life outside of Koi. But without the Koi, I would never have met half of the friends that I've got now.
Yeah, people you can
You
talk
have
to,
met,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't make those same kind of friends at work or anything.
Well,
No,
work
It's a
colleagues
real
and associates, aren't they? Then, unless you get that one special guy that you get used to working with, and you become, and it blossoms into something else. But the majority of the time, you find your friends around your interests, don't you? And
yeah, exactly.
that's what I love about Koi, because it brings people of all walks of life together, which is the best.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
don't get me wrong. I believe it or not, I'm quite a Marmite guy. Some people like me, some people don't. But you know something, I don't care, because I'm not asking you to be my friend. If you don't like me, don't like me. I'm not bothered, right? If you don't like me, don't talk to me.
Is I bothered?
Say hello. I'll always be polite and say hello, and I'll
Yep.
never badmouth people, right? But if you don't like me, you don't like me. I don't care, because if not everyone likes each other, it's a fact in real life. You cannot get on with everyone, and it's like the football analogy, isn't it? Right? You have a team of people doing something to achieve a goal, right? And that is to win a match. After the match, you may not even want. Yeah, especially Skeggy, he is definitely one.
Yeah.
But after the match, you may only actually like one person you played a football with and go for a pint with them in the bar. The others, they're just colleagues, aren't they? Or people you say hello to. It's just as simple as that.
Don't do football.
No,
But as an analogy, that's what it's a team of people.
Yeah.
They've all got something in common. They all want to achieve something. Be friendly with each other. After that, go your own separate ways. Simple as that.
It'd be a lot easier and a lot nicer environment if something
100%.
let it drop, 100%. And on that note, guys, as we are now pushing up to 3 hours and 35 minutes, a massive
3 hours,
thank you.
39 minminutes and 56 seconds.
Yeah. Massive thank you to you all.
Oh, short one tonight then.
This is the thing. When you're using the StreamYard free version, you're limited to how many hours you can do, and you're limited to that per month. So I don't want to start sneaking up to the 4 hour period, otherwise we're going to end up with me getting glitchy camera work when it starts getting towards the limit of your use. So on that note, I'm going to bring this one this evening to an end. But massive thank you, Crafty, Daz, Nigel, and Twisted One for joining us this evening and making it eventually what I want it to be.
He'll be back.
People come back and see.
He'll be back.
And we all learn from each other. That's what I want the channel and the community to be. My personal channel.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Feel free to
for
come and
having me
join
on.
us anytime you want, mate. If you want to come on and have a natter, you are more than welcome.
Yeah,
Nice one,
Crafty.
thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been fucking great, Crafty.
And
Don't forget, please,
before you log
to send
off,
out details.
yeah, I will. But before you log off, anyone that's still watching, get on Just Giving. I think it is. I can't remember now. It's too late. But get on my Facebook
Just
page.
give in Crafty Coin.
Fiver. Get yourself a Ginrin Achiever or a chance anyway.
Yep.
100%, mate. Yeah, get
I'll be on that as soon as we come off this this stream.
Yeah. It's,
Thank you
I
very
think we're
much.
at 300 and something quid, so it's looking good.
Good, dude. That's what we want,
Good.
mate. Let's see if we can get it a lot higher.
And a very
that's it.
worthwhile charity.
Nice one. Thanks very much, guys.
to all the people that have come and joined us this evening and sat with us and stuck at us. As you saw, I had to do what I had to do. I'm not happy about it. I would rather not have to do what I did, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I do apologise for losing it, people.
There's no need. There's no need to apologise. It is what it is. Yeah, everybody has the buttons pushed, mate, and when you push buttons, you get a reaction, and that's what it is. End of the day, we're all human.
Remember, pest control is there for a reason.
Massive thank you to all the people that have helped me to get to the 1,000 mark. We couldn't have obviously done it without yourselves. huge thanks for everybody that's joined us this evening. If you could do me a huge favour, usual thing, like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend.
Yeah.
And until next time, we'll catch you on the next one, guys. Keep smiling.
Keep smiling.
Thank you all. See you later.